welcome to A Theater File Gaming. Today's special edition, the Avatar Legends role-playing game Quickstart edition. I'm going to throw it over to our wonderful game master Shelby in just a second, but first of all, thank you all so much for hanging out with us today. And Shelby, take it away.
Oh, hi everyone. Welcome on in. Firstly, I'm Shelby Hall. I have run a couple of these one-shots. You may have seen the My Cabbages one-shot back in June, I believe it was, which was the first streamed game of this Quickstart. The Quickstart has gone through quite a few changes since then. So we're all still learning the system. So we may pause just for clarification. I do not have my PC's character sheets memorized since this is a one shot. So I may have them read off what their abilities do. And we're just here to have some fun and hopefully show off this awesome system and deliver a great show. To start off, I guess to set the scene for everyone, because we're just going to hop right in. We're playing towards the beginning of the 100-year war period, where Fire Lord Sozin is in command. It is early. We have an elite troop that is very firebender heavy that has been camping in the grasslands and near some woods a couple miles out from any towns in the eastern provinces of the Earth Kingdom. We zoom in and we see a sprawling camp of many Fire Nation armed forces, well, armed with their fire. And it's about sunset. We're going to zoom in and see what our cast is up to. We zoom in on Che. What do we see?
So if anybody who is in kind of that vicinity would be able to see a young woman of almost unremarkable visage as far as other people from the Fire Nation go. She is average build, she is average height, she kind of wears, just your typical unremarkable Fire Nation garb. She does have very long jet black hair. It is piled up kind of haphazardly into the standard top knot, tied with a gold ribbon, secured with a Fire Nation kind of like a pendant or emblem, but it's broken. So only two of the flames are still intact on that pendant. She is most likely doing her best to, as a combat medic, essentially, just kind of alleviate any field issues or injuries that may have come about, which I don't think there would be anything major at this point. So more than anything, she's probably just using her bedside manner. If someone's hurt, just letting them know they're going to be fine, everything's okay, and just kind of babying them.
Wonderful. We sort of flash through the camp and we land on Lee. What is Lee up to?
So Lee is just like Che, very generic. The the Fire Nation garb for the Fire Nation army garb is makes him look like a generic character. He's got the hair up in a top knot and everything. But you said it's sunset, so it's around dinner time, and so he's over at the field kitchens and talking with the current cook and just like, listen, if you just add some fire flakes to this, it's going to be so much better. Like, trust me. Like, I know my stuff. You're not doing it. You're not. And then he also noted. So he starts walking away, but then he notices that one of the flames are out. So he uses fire bending to turn it up really quickly, just silently and covertly, so that he doesn't upset anyone at the kitchen. He's just like, and starts walking back to the group.
Yeah, you hear a very satisfying sizzle as you walk away, knowing that you have helped these incompetent cooks along. Next, we flash back through the camp and we land on Adina.
Yes, so you see Adina is a little on the tall side, dark hair that's kind of braided, very tightly back, very kind of severe look. Her posture is like almost too good. Like she's trying a little too hard. Her uniform is completely just polished and pressed and perfect. Her lieutenant badge is kind of perfectly affixed to the side, and you see her just kind of running through a few drills. She'll do a couple of moves and then, no, wait, that wasn't, hang on, and go back and do something again. And she's just kind of repetitively running through a few bending drills by herself.
Perfect. And next, Mindy, is your character's name Di or
Di,
Day?
yes.
Di.
Di.
Okay, so we flash back through the camp and we land on Di. What are you up to?
I don't know why they brought me. So Di is a little smaller in stature, but there is just, you get a general sense of a energy about her. She's tucked away, not doing anything productive for the camp, but she has a little journal out and she's sketching. Anybody that would be close enough would see her sketching different designs for clothing. Her hair is also put up. It's probably a weird blend of put together. She also looks pretty put together, but she has deliberately pulled some pieces to make it look a little less put together. And she's kind of curled up by a tree, mumbling to herself, and sketching and erasing and tongue sticking out as she's working. And you see her bag kind of jostle for a second and a little duck head pops out. No, Murphy, get back. No, shh. And she'll like look around and make sure nobody's watching as her little turtle duck pokes his head out of her bag. And then she'll go back to sketching. Yes, I know. Shay has some more food for you, but not yet. No, shh. We've talked about this.
He just sort of like gives you like a squinty eye look, and then
I'm
like
gonna gently put the
he does like the duck thing where like they go into the water, but he just like dives back into your bag,
Perfect.
shakes his butt at
Okay.
you, and is
Checks
covered
out.
up. And lastly, we flash through the camp and we land on Kano.
Kano is a somewhat tall soldier with this kind of rough-looking tan skin of someone who was probably a laborer before his time in the military. He's quite muscular, and you can kind of tell as he's coming back in the camp that he just came back from a run, as he's dabbing the sweat off his body, wearing very loose-fitting, light clothing. He's back just in time for dinner, which after a run sounds quite nice to him. He is kind of weaving his way through camp, not really looking or conversing with anyone.
All right. And there we have our interesting cast, the heroes of this story, who are all finishing up their duties, some of them slacking off here and there, some of them trying their best, some of them trying a little bit too hard, as they all come together, as they try to do every night, to share a meal and catch up with each other. You guys all find a campfire that is very warm. Anytime it starts to sputter out, you take turns reigniting it, because we're all firebenders, right? All
That we are.
firebenders.
Oops, all
Oops.
firebenders.
So you all come together and you share a meal. What are you having this evening?
Okay, well, we were going to have some pretty bland stir-fried vegetables and your rice thing, but hey, guess what? Hey, everyone, just
Did you do it? Did you get it?
looking around, I pull out a small little bag, and then I'll look inside. Hey, just add like a pinch of this to the vegetables and fire flakes. I promise you, it's gonna be so much better. And so I'll start passing it around. They wouldn't listen to me. This is going to balance out all the flavors. You need heat to balance out the sweetness.
Creative genius is often just ignored. It's fine.
Thank you.
I trust you.
Thank you.
Never
Don't
let
let
us
anyone else see
stray
them. Might
until
get
now.
jealous.
Oh yeah, no, this is not for everyone. This is just this.
Yeah, are we up by ourselves? Do we have dinner with nobody else? It's just us.
You occasionally have a couple of folks that will join you, but it looks like they might be on watch this evening. But it's mainly you guys are sort of like breakfast clubbing it up here in the camp.
Oh
Cool
sweet.
kids table.
That sounds pretty legit for us already.
I don't want them taking it away. Every single meal here has been just horrendous.
That's
So-
military life for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Jay takes 2 pinches.
Yeah, Adina, as soon as Lee recommends anything food related, Adina's on board, so she grabs some.
Yes.
I feel like half of Kano's food is gone by the time he takes his stuff out, so he just takes 1 pinch.
He's just
I'd probably
shoveling
sprinkle too much on, if there's such a thing. It's too much, Gene. It's fine. But I'm sure it'll taste great.
Firebender spice is fine.
it. Yeah.
Can Murphy eat this? Can Murphy?
I was I set something aside for him earlier from
See?
breakfast.
See, I told you.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'll,
in
like,
our usual spot in the little stash.
Okay. Yeah.
Murphy shouldn't eat it, but I did find Murphy in the bag like 2 days ago. So
Oh,
if, you,
okay.
if there's a feather in there, it's not my
strange how
fault.
Anyway.
he got there. Wow. All right, Murphy, dinner later, and I'll just.
Adina is very carefully zoning out in a very specific non-Murphy direction and just pretending she doesn't hear any of this conversation.
Sorry.
But then she kind of leans over and like gives Murphy a little scritch and then goes back to eating.
You're like, I do not see it. Pet.
I do not perceive.
Oh my gosh, amazing. You all are enjoying your meal. And we'll say you're probably towards like one side of the camp, so close to like, the barrier. You start to hear cheers, jubilant cheers coming from the other side of camp. And they're quiet at first, but then you start to hear laughing, maybe a little bit of revelry, but it's still composed. But this is definitely out of the norm for this group of people. Most people here are very serious, stick to the code. How are you all reacting to this?
Well, that seems
It's weird that
irregular.
they aren't even that jubilant when they're snail racing.
I didn't know most of these people knew how to have fun.
Well, they don't normally.
Don't think they do.
Yeah.
Should we be concerned? Should we run?
I'm a little concerned.
Yeah, maybe we should go see what's happening. I don't.
Yeah, I'm more curious than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can go, see what's.
Maybe there's a cause for celebration. Maybe someone did some thrilling heroics.
Yeah.
Maybe it's someone's
it's more-
birthday.
Maybe it's someone's birthday.
It's probably someone's
right.
birthday.
Maybe there's more turtle ducks over there. Who knows?
Okay, we should definitely go check it out then.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So you guys are able to finish up your meal. It doesn't take too long for Kano to finish up. He's probably done by the time these cheers are happening. But you guys decide to go towards the cheering. Are you guys just, walking up there? Are you what's your approach?
Kano jogs up. He's not being discreet.
Yeah, it's not like
This is your camp.
Yeah.
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 we have
We own
no
this place.
reason to fear.
I'm just looking for more turtle ducks.
Absolutely. So you guys get to the other side of the camp. It's a pretty large camp, so it takes a couple of minutes to walk there. And you see that a lot of the cheering is happening outside of the war tent, which is where Commander Uzan resides. And this is your camp's commander, who leads everybody. So your big boss. And you see that like the lights are on inside, and the cheering has sort of died down a little bit since you got there, but people are still lively. They're going back to finishing their meals. It looks like it was a quick celebration that has been quickly snuffed out.
Oh,
I don't think it was turtle ducks.
yeah.
Never allowed to have any fun.
Can I pull someone that's walking, like just a soldier walking by? Excuse me, you.
Mm.
What was the commotion?
I got here a little bit too late too, but go check with them over there. Zoe. He might have some more information. I'm going back to dinner myself. And he
Dismissed.
seems like he just sort of, didn't have time or didn't care to answer your questions.
No. Okay.
Oh, there's food to be eaten.
You do see the gentleman that he points out, Zoe, is very much like the polished Fire Nation soldier, top knot, impeccable. And you've seen him around. You know that he is not really in a position of power, but works with Uzan a lot. So like maybe sort of like an assistant or like a lackey or something. You're not quite sure what his position is.
I'd like to approach Zoe.
Okay.
Flamio Hotman. What was going on here? We were concerned that there was something to be alarmed about. Are we moving, or I mean, it doesn't seem like it, but what's going on?
There is no need to be alarmed. We have simply won a victory for the Fire Nation tonight.
Oh.
We will all rest here this evening. You will receive your orders in the morning.
Okay. Cool. Victory to the Fire Nation. May I ask what's the cause for the celebration?
The Fire Nation has shown how powerful it is.
Oh. Well.
Right.
Right. Okay.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Very easy.
We expand our reach.
Oh.
Yeah.
Into the Earth Kingdom, as we've been doing, or
he
did
kind
we receive
of
news?
like his lips sort of like quirks up. He was very straight faced during this exchange and just sort of like chuckles to himself under his breath. Not yet, but we will. You will learn more in the morning.
Oh.
I suggest you get back to your posts.
Okay. Wonderful. And I'll do whatever 100-year war Fire Nation salute I gotta do.
Perfect.
Exactly.
Is anybody else doing anything at this moment? You all see Lee, and I will say that you guys can all sort of overhear this too.
I think Che might kind of like poke a few people who she's cared for before and just be like, hey, what happened? No, you don't know? Okay. Hey, what happened? You missed it. Okay. What happened? We won. Okay. But details against who? You don't. Okay. And just kind of like trying to.
You notice that a lot of people don't actually have the details. It kind of seems like they've so far just learned there's been a victory.
Yeah.
But you do spot one of your friends that normally eats dinner with you. His name is Xiao Sun. And he is sort of in between some tents, kind of slinking about as he's known to do. He's a bit more of the sneaky type that, and usually is the one that brings the information to the group. That's why you guys like him, even if he's a little bit flaky. But you see him sort of slinking about in between the tents, trying to move unnoticed.
Kind of elbows, I guess, die and says, no, is it just me, or is Shao Sun looking a little more sneaky than usual?
Think he knows something? We should
Oh,
go
he
ask.
always
I'm
knows
gonna go after him. Hey.
Oh, shit. It's you.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you? Hi.
You look at him, notice he's more flustered than he normally is.
What's going on? You look.
Like I'm gonna be sick.
Please do not be sick on me.
No.
What's going on?
All right. He sort of like
Details.
leans out and sees everyone else. All right. Grab everyone. Meet me by the large oak on the outside of camp. And you turn your head and you look back and he's just gone. And it still is always a little bit unsettling every time he does that.
I don't like it. Mm-mm. I think he has information.
When I
He normally does.
Well, we might as well go find out what it is, since no one else seems to have any.
yeah, on the way to the oak outside of camp, just kind of inform the group like Zoe is really just odd about it. Seemed a little bit too happy.
Well, normally he's quite boastful as well. Whenever something happens, everybody
Yeah, but
seems to know.
he had this weird smile about things that just didn't sit right. So
Smile. You can't do that. It's against regulation.
I didn't know he could do. Yeah, I thought maybe it was a trick of the eye.
what does Zoe even do?
He's in charge, I think.
Oh, he's
He
not.
looms.
I think he just glares at people.
He licks boots.
Yeah,
is what he
in
does.
charge.
But the secrecy is troubling.
Supervisor.
Glad we know how this works.
So you all make it out to the large oak, the infamous large oak that is just there. And you get there and you look around and Shaosun isn't really there.
Of course not.
In the branches.
Until he is. I'm just gonna close my eyes and wait. Just tell me when he's here because I don't want to be surprised.
Kano, you immediately look into the branches and you're like, oh shit. And you hear like a branch snap and you see Shaosun grab onto the branch, do like a full-on gymnastics beam, like flip over it and land.
Okay, well now you're
Getting
just
sloppy.
showing off.
Oh, if you got it, flaunt
An
it.
8? It wasn't your best.
All right, Shay. I'll have to work on it. I'm still healing up,
Yeah,
as you know.
I think I told you to stop with the tree gymnastics actually, until your, all of the tendons can get a chance to kind of resituate.
I don't want to lose all this. It took years to build up this sort of balance, flexibility skill.
I understand. When it ruptures again, you know where to find me.
Yeah, well, hopefully it won't rupture and hopefully I won't have to find you here.
It will.
Medication confidentiality. Don't want to know what ruptured.
You really don't.
Yeah.
It was bad.
It was ugly.
Cleanup must have been horrible. Anyway.
Anyways, I know we have spoken in the past about wondering why we're all here, thinking about getting out. As you know, I was drafted and brought here because of my firebending as well as my physical prowess. But I'm finding more and more that I do not wish to be here or be a part of this. Before I go further, I must know all of your stances on being a part of this troop.
You're talking about desertion.
That's such a nasty
I mean,
word.
you have to put a fancy word on it, I guess.
Is it fancy? I think that's just the word.
I was just gonna call it leaving.
Oh, that is less
Skedaddling.
fancy. You're right.
That does sound less
Bad.
bad. Yeah, I think
Mhm.
my parents would be more okay with that than that.
I don't know which one of us is gonna be the first. I'm down for leaving.
I wanted to leave for a long time.
Yeah, the stuff that we're doing is not what we signed up for. I thought I was going to be in one of the kitchens making food for people.
War as heck. I just wanted to march. Get paid for that.
Adina, your parents would not have approved.
Yeah, it's definitely not, like the stories we grew up being told.
I've seen a few too many injuries that are less minor than I would have been led to believe that I should have been seeing. And I would be lying if I said that it hasn't taken a toll.
Is this related to whatever Zoe's not telling us?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're all on the edge of being ready to leave if you're not there already. I was waiting to hear your thoughts before I share this information because I think it might just push you over the edge. So,
What happened?
I was doing a little bit of reconnaissance, trying to figure out what our purpose is, what we're all meant to do here. You know, we've been marching across the Fire Nation into the Earth Kingdom, and we haven't been told anything. We don't know why we're here. Why did they gather such a large grouping of firebenders? You can't tell me that none of you were worried about this.
Well, we're just a special task force.
To carry out what tasks, Adina?
Oh, well, they, fostering skills and leadership and, carrying on traditions and things.
Doing scary, fiery things to scare people.
Exactly. So far, we've just displayed our power as if Fire Lord Sozin just wants to show off the might of the Earth Kingdom. I wasn't super interested in that, but at this time we weren't hurting anyone. But I was listening outside of the war tent tonight, and I heard the correspondence that was delivered to Commander Uzan. The air nomads, they are no more.
What do you mean by that? No more.
Was there a plague or?
No.
No.
They wiped them out. All of the air temples. We are not the only specialized task force.
Wait, you're saying Fire Nation did this?
Yes. They're calling it a great victory.
That can't be all of them?
No,
There's so many.
Look, I want to leave
surely-
as much as anybody else, but that's just a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
Why would they do that? Air nomads keep to themselves.
they might be
They're harmless.
lying.
Think, which cycle are we in for the Avatar?
Roku just passed about 10 years, 15 years ago, 12, 13 years
About
ago?
10 or
A little,
so.
years ago.
a little over 10 years ago. Oh, yeah.
Some years ago. So that would make the next.
A kid. It's possible they don't know. It hasn't been announced who the next Avatar is yet, but we know that they are an airbender. I think Sozin was ordering us to get rid of all of the airbenders.
Wait, kids?
So that
They
Next Avatar would be a kid, yeah.
they
I don't want to think on it too hard. It's too horrible.
Yeah.
But they have.
Are you sure? Are you sure you heard right?
Sometimes
it's
it's
not-
hard to hear through the tents, and yeah.
Zoe is going to tell us exactly what happened in the morning. If it's true, I really don't want this to be true.
I mean, that's not what the Fire Nation Army is about. That's not what we stand for. That's.
Why do you think no one has information? We were just told it was a victory. They don't want people to turn back now. I've scouted ahead a little bit. As you know, I'm able to take care of the mongoose lizard. I've scouted ahead a bit, and we're about 10 to 15 miles away from a sizable Earth Kingdom village. If what I've learned is correct, with the air nomads taken care of, our troop is going to start to burn the Earth Kingdom. Why else would they have gathered almost all firebenders?
That makes sense.
If you don't believe me, perhaps we can sneak in to the tent and you can see the correspondence for yourself. I am worried about the nearest village. Its name is Yoshao Village, and I think if anything, we should spread the word No one knows what we're doing yet. No one outside of the Fire Nation knows about the air nomads yet.
Okay. I would feel
What?
comfortable just in case letting Yosha Village know. I don't want to fight.
I agree. If this is true, and they're next, that's the least we can do. If you're
The guys
wrong,
here took him by
and
surprise.
yeah. If you're wrong, and I hope you are, then so be it. They can always come back. But I think Lee is right. I think we have to tell them.
Di, you're awfully quiet.
It just. I agree. If it's true, we should do something. Is that all of them?
Just
The
to get to
wording
know
was
this
that
Avatar.
those dwelling at the air temples had been eradicated. No one escaped. We can go to the tent. Everyone will be turning in soon. I can show you that I'm not lying.
It's not that I think you're lying, but I have to see.
I need to see it.
Yeah.
All right. Zoe will most likely be standing guard outside the tent, as he does. Uzan sleeps fairly comfortably, and I'm sure tonight, after hearing this news, will be no exception. I know what sort of finery he keeps in his war tent. I'm sure he's enjoying a nice alcoholic drink right now and will be out cold. We may need to distract Zoe. We may need to send someone in. I can keep eyes from the tents. Maybe do a bird call or something if somebody's coming. But I've seen it already. You are the ones who need to see it.
Okay. I feel like I can distract Zoe. Like, hey, try this from the kitchens. They made it special for you for the victory, and I don't load it with spices.
All right, this is a good working plan. Anybody else got any ideas?
I don't know. I kind of want to see how Zoe handles the spices.
I don't. I mean, I do, but I don't.
Maybe he'll breathe fire.
I think he already can.
What?
Yeah, but like unintentionally.
He's not that good. You can't do that.
I'll go in. I need to see this with my own eyes.
I don't know how much I can help with the distraction.
Then go with Adina. Just in case.
Worst case, if we do get caught inside, I can try to pull rank, make some excuse.
I think you're the
That's a
last
good
person they
idea.
would expect. They expect to do this kind of thing, Adina, so you should go.
Yeah.
Too straight-laced for this kind of thing. I'm surprised you're actually down with this.
Well, I don't know that I believe it, but I'm not going to until I see it firsthand. So.
I think if you get it, you see it, you should try to take it. Take it with you.
You want us to steal from...
Think this through just a second, Adina. If you were to go to Yoshao village and try to get them to evacuate, who are they to believe? A couple of Fire Nation deserters. The scroll will have the stamp of Fire Lord Sozin on it. Unmistakable. It's proof. I can get the mongoose lizard ready. You can all fit on it. I can fit on it. We can go town to town and spread the word. We'll have irrefutable proof.
You know that doing that is going to, that's not exactly your specialty in covert operation. That's going to eventually attract attention.
I'll try to help you where I can, but I think that if you all are to go out and to try and evacuate, you need some sort of proof. I could potentially stay here and measure the reaction, try and get word to you in a couple of days. I want out too. I don't know but it might be better for me to stay here. I'm not sure. As much as I want out, I want to do what I can to help save the most people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't need an excuse to. I don't need an excuse to stick it to Uzon, so I'm down for this. I guess I can help Lee with the distraction. I'm not
Yeah, if he
Dexo in the face.
But I want to see that. Oh, if that happens,
You'll be distracted.
We'll probably need someone to resuscitate him. So
Teamwork.
Oh,
Hey.
Kano,
Right.
I forgot that you had such feelings about Uzon.
He's definitely disciplined me enough to harbor some kind of ill will there.
he really picks on you for some reason.
Well,
You think
I
so?
do make it easy for him. I'm not exactly a model student like Adina here.
Kano, I know you're a bit hot-headed, but don't let it blindside you. You need a clear head for this. Get everybody out. If I want you all to know that stealing from our commander would be considered a grave crime.
Great crime.
Grave.
Feeling.
We're talking about
And-
deserting and then actively working against the Fire Nation army. I think stealing is going to be the least of our problems.
That's why we can't get caught. So,
Okay.
who's in?
Well, we're in it now.
Yeah.
Shay kind of puts her hand in.
Yeah, sure, I'm down for a cliche.
Oh,
Puts his hand in.
Put my hand in.
Hold on. And I'm gonna pull Adina aside. Are you actually okay with this? I mean, if we're caught, you know exactly what you and your parents and your family, how they're tied to the entire Fire Nation.
I know. I mean, I'm
If
not worried about my parents. They'll just disown me and then they'll be fine.
But
They...
Take my hand out.
You don't think they knew about this, right? Do you?
I really hope not. They're good people.
Right. I mean, they stand for justice and the Fire Nation. How could they have not known? I mean, he's a general, though.
You guys are off to the side, right?
Yeah. But okay, forget about your parents. How do you feel?
If this is true, then everything we were told about what the army stands for was not true. And I don't want to hurt innocent people.
I'm in if you're in. There's one thing to not hurt innocent people. There's another thing to save them.
Yeah.
Lee, there is a balance move. If you would like, you can try to call someone out. Adina, are you leaning more towards tradition or progress? Because this feels like an active shift towards progress if you carry through,
Yeah.
an active shift towards tradition if you don't.
It's one of those two things. I think I'm leaning towards progress at the moment.
And I think Lee is doing a good job of pushing you towards progress. And Lee, I think you're being pushed towards trust.
I would agree.
So I think you guys should both move put like the +1 towards trust and progress for you two.
Perfect.
Got it.
Whoo.
So
Like,
this
I've played
is
this game before.
Yeah, this balance is unique to this TTRPG. Each character, their playbook is set between two different balance poles, and your center can shift, or you can just be leaning towards one side or another. And it really affects how your character grows. So that was a really beautiful moment. So I wanted to highlight that part of the RPG, and y'all are moving balances.
Yeah. For reference, my character is in between trust and self-reliance. So.
Mm-hmm.
So we're leaning towards trust big time here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody else? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I wanted to shift
No,
that.
it was perfect. I was like, should we shift some stuff?
Right.
Yeah.
Do everything. I'm in.
Okay.
Oh my God, thank you. I was worried you two were over there conspiring to title on us.
Yeah, we were thinking, how are we going to get rid of Adina if she turns
Yeah.
on us?
Yeah. So I feel like
Or out of
I
can.
feel like all of our hands were still in the middle.
Yeah,
though,
no, we were
waiting.
definitely
just
just
kinda
like
waiting.
Our shoulders are
Plan's getting
burning.
planny.
Magpie was gonna be really
Uh,
upset if y'all turned us in.
I like to think that Shay wouldn't let anybody like leave the poll. She'd
I
be,
definitely
no, just
tried.
wait, just wait, just wait.
I definitely tried.
No. Give them a couple minutes. Just
Okay,
just
okay,
wait,
okay,
just wait.
okay,
It's
okay,
okay. It's
okay.
fine. It's fine.
Okay. I'm in.
Let's do this. Does like a crack the finger. I can't actually do that, but Shao Sun can. All right. Well then, from this moment on, we are going to be deserters.
Adina visibly
What about the
flinches.
leavers?
Oh, it's sinking in.
Oh god. No, I'm gonna be sick.
All right.
Outlaws. I think that's got a nice ring to it.
Team
Outlaw
treason.
sounds a little
Outlaws,
bit better than
that's-
fugitive.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that word, Lee. That's scary.
You're right.
I don't like that.
Well then.
How about the
Criminals.
band?
so
we
dirty.
could. No,
Sounding.
that's worse.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
That's worse.
Outlaw.
Or we could we'll just put a pin in it. Maybe we revisit it.
Yeah.
We'll workshop it as we
There's
go.
a lot of words
Yeah.
being thrown
Well,
out right now.
You know, we are in the Earth Kingdom, and they have a special word for outlaws. They call them the
Cool seven.
Dalfei.
The Delphi. That's sick.
I do like that better than the treason.
Any of the other
This-
things that were just thrown out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with that. Freedom fighters. No, that's cliche.
Right.
I
No,
like
no.
that. That might catch on somewhere.
Sounds like we're fighting
Maybe.
freedom. I don't want to. I'd rather not really fight
Oh, that's
that.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah. Especially given the
I like Delphi. I like Delphi.
Dalfei. Yeah.
Dalfei.
let's go with
Dalfei.
Dalfei, yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you all start to make your way from the large oak, our little landmark. And Shao Sun has told you that he will keep lookout and will do like a little bird call if something is coming. And that you all are to, once you get the scroll, you need to head towards the makeshift stables because you're going to be stealing the mongoose lizard. Quick, what is the mongoose lizard's name?
Every
Anybody got
time
one?
the word mongoose lizard comes out, I just like completely break every time.
Mongoose lizard got a name. Would anybody?
Monsoon?
Monsoon. I
Ooh,
like
Nice.
that.
I like it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we'll just
yeah,
call
yeah,
him
yeah, yeah.
Monsoon now. You guys will be making your way to Monsoon for your escape. So we're back into the Fire Nation camp. Things have started to wind down. You guys, you had to walk a little bit, probably like 20 minutes out, and then you were probably all out there together for like an hour or so.
Mhm.
So it's been about 2 hours since you originally asked Zoe what was going on. And there are still a couple people up, but less so as you get closer to the war tent. And you do see Zoe is standing at attention outside, a couple paces away from the war tent. These are actual tents, so their option to like crawl under one is there. They are, like a tent, like sort of they have like the pikes in the ground. So it might be like a little bit tight, but you could squeeze under if you absolutely need to. Other than that, there is an opening in the front, only, no opening in the back to the war tent. And you guys sort of see this as you take your first casing around. I hand it over to you. What all are you doing? Keep in mind, you do have basic moves that you all can do. Does everybody have that
Yes.
available?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. It is in the play materials if you hit that bookmark, if you can't find it. So you do have those at your disposal. Anybody can do basic moves at any time.
Whose cat is that?
I'm so sorry. She's very
That's
upset that I
Murphy.
blocked her out. It's
What are you talking about?
Murphy just sounds like a cat sometimes.
Murphy meows.
Murphy, shh. We're trying to be sneaky.
Okay.
Sorry.
I think first things first, we got come up with the distraction, and I would like to come up with a just a nice little late night snack for Zoe, something that he might enjoy. I figured that I've seen him munching on stuff or sneaking around in the kitchen, and or like looking for
Totally.
tasty things to eat, and so
You know that Zoe has a sweet tooth.
ooh, okay,
Typical.
got it. Okay, then yeah, very quickly come up with like basic ingredients. I can come up with probably like an egg custard or something with a nice little. So I'll whip up some egg custards. While doing this, everyone's getting samples and stuff like, how's this taste? This is how it's supposed to taste. And then to like Kano or something, or someone, I'll give you a little bit of the spices that I'm planning to use. This is elevated fire flakes. They've really concentrated that numbing heat flavor, and then I'm gonna throw in some of this, and so you'll
No
get like
idea
a
what you're
little
saying.
you'll get like a little pinch, a little combination of all the different spices that I'm planning to use, so you can taste it, and then I'll put way too much into the custard that I'm gonna give to Zoe.
Oh, I see what you're
Amazing.
planning. All right. And if it doesn't work, I'll feed him a knuckle sandwich.
Perfect.
Can I do something while the cooking is happening?
Absolutely.
Cool. I would like to use a playbook move. I would
Okay.
like to raid my lineage's resources and try to stock up on rations and foodstuffs to take with us.
Oh yeah. So in your tent, you have a bit of a slightly nicer tent than everybody just because of who your family is. And you have a big old chest in there that you have like the key to. Where would you keep the key? Do you keep it on your person? Do you have it hidden?
Yeah, it'll be like in a just kind of pouch that I wear on my belt.
Yeah. So you are able to get into your trunk and you can pull out all sorts of rations. Mommy and Daddy kept you well supplied for your march, and you're definitely able to stock up. You're able to find like some sort of like messenger bags or canvas rucksacks to stock everything up.
Okay, so it says I mark a condition and roll with my progress.
Oh, you roll with your balance.
Yeah.
So you will get a +1.
Okay.
So roll 2d6 and add +1.
Okay. Cool. 13.
13. That is like perfect success.
Yeah.
Over. So,
Okay, so that
does it say what you get on that?
Yeah, it says choose 2 of the following. Okay. So I will obtain an additional 1 resource. So I guess I just get more food.
Mhm.
And then you nabbed your goodies quickly and quietly. Your lineage will be none the wiser.
Perfect.
And the condition I'm going to mark for that is guilty.
All right. So with guilty marked, conditions are another thing that is unique to this RPG. Your conditions, there's afraid, angry, foolish, guilty, and secure, and each one gives you a -2 to a certain move. So guilty will give Adina a -2 to the push your luck move and to denying a call out. There are methods to get rid of conditions that we may see in game, but for now they will stay there. All right. Anybody else? I think that was the first roll of the game too.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Let's keep that energy. So what's everyone else up to?
So there's nobody else out and about right now that we might need to.
You see people occasionally ducking into their tents, but there's nobody directly in this area.
Okay. How long is it going to take you to cook things?
I'm not sure. Should I roll for that? Like rely on skills and training?
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see how well you're able to conceal these spicy stuff, and how quickly you're able to do this.
Okay, cool. So that's rolling with focus. I have a +2 in focus. Awesome.
Oh, heck yeah.
That's a 6 and a 5 +2. That's 13, right?
Oh yeah. So you're able to get this done. Like this is a pretty quick dessert.
Yeah,
You get it done in
ingredients.
like 15 minutes.
Heck yeah.
And you test it, as any chef does. And you can't smell the heat in there. You taste it and it hits you like a minute or so later. And you just tried a little bit and it's hot.
Yeah. Like I put my finger just on the top of it, just collecting a little bit of the oil, and then okay, it should kick in about a minute. Okay. Yeah. Whew. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna work.
Lee, this is some of your best work.
He might pass out.
Ooh.
Well, don't do that. We need you.
Yep.
Because I made it.
Zoe might pass out.
Oh,
yeah.
Also good.
So this is just a GM thing that I'm doing. I don't think that there's a mechanic for this, but I am going to give you a +1 moving forward to try to distract Zoe. So whoever, because if Zoe consumes this dessert, because it's sort of like there's not really advantage in this game, but I can give out bonuses as I like. So whoever is doing the distraction, you'll get a +1 to your roll because Zoe will be feeling the heat.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. How do we go forward?
I know Di had something asking about how long it takes to do the dessert.
Yeah, so I'm really good with clothes. I really want to, once he's eaten, what I would like to do is try to it's fine. I'm an adult. I would like to, perhaps as though I myself have been celebrating and partaking and I'm perhaps a little bit tipsy. I will approach, probably, I guess, almost immediately after, because I would imagine she would want to do this before the actual heat kicks in. I'm just going to approach him and start awkwardly assessing, like I'm looking and I'm mentally doing measurements and you would be great in a deeper red. I know this is like the red, but I think if we went just a little darker, maybe make it a little cooler, I think, oh, wait, don't move. And I'm going to just start circling and trying to like, I'm waiting for the heat to kick in, and then I'm going to try to usher him to get refitted for something, a new original by, well, I don't know if anybody wants a dye original, but my family makes great clothes. So I'm going to make you something great. Just stay still. Don't move, but also turn just like a quarter of an, yes, no, too much. Turn back. Nope. You're not listening. And I will just buzz around.
I want you, I want for Lee and Di, both of you, to make some rolls to see how you go about doing this. Do you want this? Almost sort of sounds like a trick that you're doing.
Sure.
To trick an NPC. And perhaps I think, okay, Lee, do you feel like this is more of a trick or like a pushing your luck situation?
For the
pastry, because you already rolled to make it. You did really well, and you guys will both have a +1 to this roll from the forward.
I mean, I think this will be this is more of a trick.
Okay, so why don't you both roll tricks and we'll see what happens. You both get a +1 on top of whatever your bonus is.
Okay.
Lee, since you do have a +1 in your balance, if you have like a negative on your creativity, you can choose to roll with your balance instead and mark a fatigue.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll do that. So
whatever works best for you.
I'll roll. Yeah, that's awesome. That gives me a +2.
Okay.
Great. Oh, wait,
+1.
7.
And then mine 8.
8. All right.
I rolled a 5 + 2 is 7.
Okay. Perfect.
I rolled a 5 too. Also.
Yay.
Oh. So we mark a fatigue.
Done.
1 fatigue. So this is what happens. Zoe is, Lee, you come up first and like you have this pastry and it looks really good. And he's almost doing like the Royal British Guard type thing where he just like is standing there, like not acknowledging you. But you see his eyes keep darting back to the pastry that looks so delicious. And you see him sort of like swallow.
We don't get sugar very often.
It looks very good. And he just sort of hesitantly like reaches his hand out and he just like gobbles it up in like one bite. Like this man's sweet tooth is on another level.
No. That's gonna activate in his stomach.
As soon as this happens, you sort of come over and you're flutter as he's like still chewing. He's chewing. He doesn't have time to like say no. He's like, You're like turning him a little bit and he's like really confused. But with this, Adina and Che, Kano, are you going in too? Who else going into the tent? Okay, it's 2. All right. Kano, what are you doing?
I'm with Lee.
Okay, so you're sort of like watching.
Yes.
Adina and Che, you see this as you're sort of like watching from. Are you going to try and go in the front or the side? Because he's currently like slightly turned, but he's not like completely. There's still a chance he could see you if you go in the front, or you could try and sneak under the side. It'll just be a little bit slower.
Lifting up the side.
Okay.
Can I rely on my skills and training to see which would be the better approach?
Absolutely.
I'd like to think that as a combat medic, the big thing would be kind of staying out of sight first and foremost so that you can give the care. Yeah. So I think that she is going to try and see like maybe the side, if it may look looser, but maybe it's actually pulled pretty taut there between those pipes. As opposed to the front, it's just open and ready to go. So I would like to roll that to see which would be better for both of us to be able to get through faster.
Absolutely.
So let me grab. I choose these dice.
And what are your characters' frames most like? Are you like small builds, curvy builds, larger
She
builds?
is just the most average, medium.
Average? Okay.
Yeah, Adina's like medium height, but very like muscular.
Okay. I only asked because in this particular situation is applicable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Che is your whatever the average height and build of her gender expression would be.
Sure.
Just flat line in the
Gotcha.
middle. Damn, I rolled a 5 and a 6. Guys.
All the rolls. Is this not one-shot energy?
Yeah.
Like you get into a
Energy.
campaign and it's all the nat ones, but
Right.
then one shots it's
Yeah,
like
I'm sitting here like
fitting.
sweating because everybody else's rolls have been so good.
no, that's great. Okay, so Che, you are able to wait. What does it say for rely on your talents? I think you like get something.
I can roll. So I rolled with focus on a hit. I do it.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So you do the thing. So you actually you see that he's turned and you think that he's got really good peripheral vision. And so you are headed towards the front flap and you're like, no, this is not going to be good. You have some tools on you from, delivering medical care, and you actually have this little tool. I don't know what it would be, but you have it. You have this tool that you're actually think, if we just loosen one of these pikes in the ground, we'll have a lot more room to get through. So you sort of head to the back, you whip out this little
Clamp or...
Swiss Army knife of tools.
Oh, okay. I like that. That's better.
And sort of like pry one up so it's not totally out. You just know that you guys need to sort of like carefully scooch under, but you've got the room.
Hey, Adina.
What?
Scooch under.
And Che will scooch under.
Yeah, we both go under.
All right, I love it.
For those of us listening and not currently watching, they were doing hand signs and moving through.
Oh yeah, it was a lot of hand signs. It was quite enjoyable to watch.
Tactical hand signs to signify what they wanted to do.
Very
Tactical is giving way
official
too
and
much credit.
formal.
Yes.
Very formal hand
Yes.
signs.
Yep,
Yes.
very, very practiced. Thank you, Kappa.
100%. Yeah. So glad we
Like they
workshopped
rehearsed it.
that, Caitlin.
Yep, totally planned.
Adina and Che, who's going in first? This does look like a one person at a time. Che first. All right. So you scooch under, get some nice dirt on your uniform, and you sort of like pop up. And from where you've entered, it looks like you are on the side where the desk is. You're not completely blocked by the desk. It is to your right, but you could quickly sort of scramble over there to hide just in case something was amiss. Adina, you scoot under next, and you hear a snore sound. And you look over and you see Commander Uzan asleep, one arm hanging off the cot, lying on his back, other hand across his chest. What do you guys do?
I look at my things. See if I can
Yeah,
do something
totally.
that would be...
While this is happening, while you guys are inside, Di, how's it going with Zoe?
He just won't turn the right way. And so I just keep spinning him around. Eventually either he's gonna get dizzy and
as
throw up, or
as you're sort of spinning him, he's just like, stop.
oh,
And it's a little bit loud. You guys hear this in the tent as you guys have just sort of
Che
gone inside.
freezes.
Yeah.
You see fire come out of his mouth as it shoots off.
sir.
Di, you're able to just whoop, get out of the way of that flame burst. But it is very close. some of like your little baby hairs that you pulled off,
No.
one of them is singed off,
Sir.
but you're able to like pat it out. He sort of doubles over, hands on his knees, looking
strong
up.
feelings about creativity.
What did you give me? More fire just like bursts out.
I was trying to
and
give you a whole new look.
He
And
pushes you out of the way, like
Oh
just
my
sort
goodness.
of. You're small. It's not
I
in the part
am.
to like give injury, but he just
Sure,
pushes
sure.
you out of the way and starts stomping towards Lee and Kano.
Kind of puts himself in between Zoe and Lee and says, if you're going to be walking that close, you better stop breathing fire. Go find a bucket.
I'm
Give
eating
me
one of my egg
one.
tarts.
Just like some more. It's like lessening, but there's just like embers coming out of his mouth.
I'll after that I'll look over and just like, I don't know. It tastes fine to me.
I think you just can't handle your spices, though.
Yeah, it's nice and smoky.
He looks irate. At this moment, Adina and Che will flash back to you. You guys just heard an outburst from Zoe that was quite loud, and you don't know if it's going to wake Uzan or not. What are you doing?
I think that I like to think that all this would have happened super fast. Like there's
Yep.
an outburst and then he kind of like storms past Die to try and place the blame.
Yeah, and these are tents, so you guys can hear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Here, and then I would imagine that we'd be able to see like the silhouette kind of like scooch off too. I don't think that Che would necessarily, she's in the tent, so I don't think that she would necessarily be super concerned about the slumbering person on the cot.
Okay.
Like we could see the desk, it's right there. So she's gonna try and just like get up on like one arm really fast and just like like snatch.
Just like almost like a cat, just
Yeah,
like
yeah,
pulling
like a
something off
cat.
of the coffee table.
Yeah, like the really annoying pap of like I've chosen this now.
Yeah.
Grab,
want you
which
to-
I looked in the playbook and that is not a move.
I want you to push your luck.
Okay.
That's not
Meanwhile, I'm
We're
gonna
gonna
keep an
make it
eye
a
on
move.
Uzan.
Okay. You see him as this loud outburst. He sort of like turns to face you all. He looks to still be asleep. But he definitely looks like he has reacted in his sleep to this outburst.
Din, please move. Okay, roll with passion for push luck. So that is, oh my god, it is a 12. I am not making this up.
I believe you. I just want something bad to happen.
Look how beautiful that is.
Beautiful.
Mm.
You your cat-like reflexes, you put your hand up on the desk and you feel something and it's not right. You move your hand like an inch over and you feel a scroll case. You grab it. And I'm going to say with that, you're even able to like grab it and hit the ground on your stomach and push yourself out of the tent.
Can
You
I
get out. This all happens so fast. Adina,
So,
you're sort
okay.
of watching.
Yeah, I like look around
like-
and realize
I
that
have one more question, and
Oh,
this
yeah.
is me pushing my luck with you, the GM.
Okay.
Because this is Avatar, and
Yeah.
it's a little bit over the top sometimes with
Mm-hmm.
it being an animation, I would like to grab Adina's ankle and pull her out of the tent with me.
I think what you do is you get out first, and then you see, once you're out, you see Adina, and you then sort of grab her.
So Adina, I have like a minute, or a minute, but like a few seconds of like, wait.
Exactly.
That's what I'm going for, yes.
Exactly. As you guys get out, you hear Xiao Sun make the call that he said would let you know that that you've got what you need. And that's when you all know that you need to try and get away and get to Monsoon, the mongoose lizard. And at this point, Lee and Kano, you have a hulking Zoe bent over a little bit, but staggering towards you all. Dai, you've been sort of pushed. You probably would have fallen to your butt because it was a little bit forceful, but you don't take any damage or anything. But so you're at this angle seeing it. Adina and Che, you have got the scroll. You haven't looked inside yet, but you got the scroll case. What's everyone up to? Let's go to Lee and Kano.
Seeing him like obviously distressed, I'm gonna feign like concern, like if it's really that bad, I think the kitchens have some milk that should help, right? You know, neutralize some of the spice.
Good for your bones.
Yeah, exactly. So they don't have milk. And I'll start nudging him in that direction. Like I don't know what's going on with the kitchens. They just said you might enjoy this.
I want you to make another trick roll.
Another trick roll.
Lots of trickery.
Yeah.
Deception.
That is. I got a -1 on creativity. That is a
You
3.
can roll
4.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's not going to help you.
That's not gonna help. Yeah.
He does not seem to buy it.
Okay.
He
knows.
is
He knows
going.
there's no milk over there.
Yeah. He looks at you and he lashes out, not like really at you in a way that puts you in harm's way, but he scares the crap out of you when he just lashes out and shoots fire past your ear. And I want you to mark afraid. And you guys feel like you need
Done.
to get out of here.
Yeah.
Well, at least Lee, you really feel like you need to like, you got to go. You've pushed your luck too much.
Exactly.
It's not working out. You got to get out. Kano and Dai, you're welcome to feel however you want, but you see Lee's demeanor just change.
I
I'll
would like.
You go ahead.
Seeing that Zoe has just lashed out at my friend Lee, I would like to mark angry
Okay.
and try to intimidate him.
Okay. How are you trying to intimidate him?
So as soon as this fire whizzes past Lee, Kano kind of shoots forward in between them and maybe shoves Zoe a bit, and kind of what he's known for. His hands kind of like have bits of flame kind of licking off them, kind of passively almost, and he takes up a fighting stance and he says, "My friend Lee was trying to help you, Zoe. I'm saying you take the leave, all right?
All right.
Go get your milk." I was just with her. Go get your milk. Oh, he needs some milk.
Roll that intimidation.
Ooh, with a +3, that's 9.
Oh yeah.
Heck yeah.
So
I think you just choose one of those
I choose.
things there.
He
So
is
hopefully
going
he
to
doesn't attack us.
choose to back down. And he sort of like falls to his knees almost, but he's like watching you. And you guys have a chance to get away.
Yeah.
I think Lee's probably already like
Yeah,
backing up.
I was gonna say, yeah, like as soon as Kano steps in between and like, grabs his attention, Lee is like, "Deuces, I'm out."
Yeah. He's like the kid that just like fades.
Yes,
The background.
thank you.
Meme culture.
I was actually about to
Oh my gosh, yes.
I forgot you had that stuff.
Oh my god, I love it. So with that, this group of 3, Di, do you have anything that you wanted to add?
I just wanted to stand up and brush myself off. It was going to be a masterpiece. Big mistake. And I'm going to walk away.
Oh yeah. You
Two
all
things are screwed
are
up.
start to make your way to Monsoon, Che, and Adina. You have the scroll case. What you do?
I
Is
would
that
like to
it?
think that Shay would have like hidden it badly, probably underneath her garb, but she's just like standing there awkward, like not sure when to open it, afraid to open it.
Wait, make sure that's it.
I don't want to take it out. I'm scared.
Okay, well then give it to me and I'll do it.
As
Okay.
you hand it over to Adina, you hear like a creaking sound, and you see a light come on in the tent.
I'm gonna rip open the scroll case real quick and just like glance over the thing.
I'll say you have enough time to see Fire Lord Sozen's wax seal, and you have enough time to see the words air nomads. But that's all you have time for, because this figure is moving and heading toward. You can see their like silhouette heading towards the tent flaps as this commotion has appeared to have woken up not Fire Lord, Commander Uzan.
Good enough. This is it. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
And we start booking it towards the
Yep.
mongoose lizards.
Oh yeah, you all are able to get out. Take a couple minutes to get out. Are you moving through stealthily, or are you just like running? Are you trying not to draw attention?
Oh, at this
There's
point,
a couple people out, but not too many.
At this point, I think Che is just like, let's get over there and then figure it out.
Adina's gonna do like kind of walk with so I feel like it makes sense to see Che running because she's a medic and sometimes emergencies happen, and so I think I'll let Che get a little bit ahead of me, and Adina's just like kind of power walking with purpose.
Love it. What about everyone else? How you moving through the camp?
Kano does not know what discreet is.
Okay.
So,
I feel like is Kano a stomper? I feel like you're a heavy walker.
Yep. He's got big feet.
Okay. Yep.
I'm walking casually, but also quickly,
All right.
if that's possible.
Yeah.
I'm angry because I was supposed to. It's fine.
You got snubbed.
Yeah, such rudeness.
Snubbed.
Was
and
not
shoved.
prepared tonight.
And Lee is also walking quickly but very panicked and just kind of like looking behind, like, can you follow me? No? Okay. We can do this. All right, cool.
I scared him off.
All right. You all are able to meet Xiao Sun as he is getting the saddles and reins already of Monsoon, and you sort of hear the noise again as he starts to, like the bird call, as he starts to take Monsoon into the forest. As you get there, you see the stable hand on the ground.
Oh no.
In the forest?
Like, no, as you pass, you see Monsoon heading into the forest with Xiao Sun. You see the stable hand on the ground in the stable.
Like dead on the ground or unconscious.
Che,
Hey, we'll
do you
go
wanna...
check.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I probably won't know the difference.
Che definitely will go look.
They appear to be breathing and simply rendered unconscious for this mongoose lizard heist.
Ah, Chao Sun's handiwork. I know that the style of suppression anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
He's fine. We can go. Sorry.
All right, you all are able to go and meet Xiao Sun, and he is waiting for you. All right, you got it. Let me see.
I hope so. Adina looked at it. Is it?
Yeah, I only got a glimpse, but it seemed, and I'll pull the scroll out and actually like read it.
Okay, so I didn't write it all out, but to summarize, it is a correspondence from Firelord Sozen, confirming to, it looks like it was written to all of the commanders of the different legions, that the air nomads have been eradicated, and to move on with phase 2 of the plan to start taking the Earth Kingdom. It says to take anyone of value as prisoners and to burn the rest. Strike fear. That's basically what you get from it. At this time, you guys are a little bit off from the camp, but you start to hear sounds from the sleeping camp as if people have been awoken, and you're hearing like that white noise sound of people loudly talking as if there's been a disturbance. What do you all do?
Well, there's not really another way to interpret That.
I feel sick.
Yeah.
Perhaps we should discuss what's happened while heading out of here.
Yeah,
on
we need
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, it sounds like they know.
Kano is going to, not Kano. Sorry. What's his face?
Okay.
Wow,
Zoe.
God
Zoe,
voting.
Yeah. Zoe is definitely going to be looking for me.
How dare you? Just meet with him.
Flip the bag and make sure Murphy's okay.
Di, what happened to your head? Are you okay?
I don't want to talk about it. It'll grow back.
So Zoe did breathe fire, and I imagine we've like taken off or something.
told you he
Yes, yes. You
could.
guys
As
are
we're
now
walking.
getting like set up on Monsoon and are going to start moving. So now we're sort of have like, catch up time. How'd your part go?
What did you all get into? Tell me more.
Shay is going to just hand Di like a little burn cream.
Thank you.
Just to, I know.
Like the little, like the side of my face where,
It
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
look
just like a little
bad.
bit, like your
Yeah.
ear.
But she's
Mhm.
still
Little
gonna.
crispy.
She has plenty, so she's gonna hand that over. And she's going to also dig around for the snacks for Murphy.
you take such good
I
care
know.
of
You know
us.
that I have. Well, it's somebody has to. I have some. Just Murphy. 1 second, okay?
He's gonna give us away.
And
That quack is carrying.
she gives him a little large one to like keep him quieter, like busy.
Mhm.
Sweet Murphy. Murphy's getting pets and scritches.
Oh yeah, living the life. Doesn't know that he's now a Dalfay.
We'll have that conversation later.
Yeah.
Sit him down.
Adina and Lee, how are you both feeling with wait, was it Adina that marked a condition?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. Adina and Lee, how are you guys both feeling? What's your demeanor like?
Adina is very quiet. I think the condition, I think the guilty condition is going to move forward for a while. But yeah, she's just being really quiet, and like every once in a while she kind of like looks back over her shoulder and then keeps moving forward.
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like I've at this point cleared the afraid condition because I've run away from danger or what's it called? How do I clear the afraid? Run from danger or difficulty. I mean, we're heading into something else, but the initial difficulty of having to hide out in the camp and stuff would probably clear afraid, but I might be taking on the insecure condition instead because this is new territory. And especially seeing Adina Adina this way, like Adina's been doing her best to forge her own path and be a good soldier, and this is completely off of that, and I feel a little bit responsible. So I think insecure is shifting afraid to insecure is what I'm feeling.
Absolutely. Shay, I think that as you're sort of reflecting, you might be feeling your balance pulled towards action.
Absolutely.
I need to get Di's sheet up because that's, I think, the only one that I missed. because I don't know what your balances are.
Freedom and roll.
How are you feeling about that right now?
Externally, I guess decision wise, it's moving towards freedom. She's got some thoughts in her brain, but I think based on the choices that she's making and following through on, I mean, it's moving towards freedom.
Okay. So both of you mark the +1, and Kano. Yours is sort of interesting. You're in between care and force. How is Kano feeling, knowing that you've just walked away from your adversary?
Yeah, that on top of the fact that he's pretty angry right now, I'm thinking he has half a mind to try and sneak back into camp and take the fight back to Uzan and his lapdog Zoe.
I forgot you marked angry. You all
Yeah.
see Kano. How does Kano look when he's angry?
You know when someone's angry, you say, "Oh, like smoke coming out of their ears." That's almost literal with him. He's seething on the back of this mongoose lizard, just kind of like wringing his hands together. He keeps like looking over his shoulder, see if anyone is like daring to follow us, just so he has something to hit that isn't, one of you guys. But yeah, given what he has to do to clear the angry condition, I don't think he's quite willing to do that just yet.
You all can also look at your comfort or support. This is sort of like a downtime, so you guys can reach out to each other and try and help each other. How do you all react seeing your companions all clearly in a different state of mind than you're used to seeing them in?
I think Che, I'm sorry, go ahead. No, you.
Nope. Nope.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Mine's short. Mine's short anyway. I think that Che, just being like a really compassionate person, would like to think that every people who would want to talk would know that they could talk to her. So I don't think she's doing anything specific. I think she's just kind of like maybe keeping an extra eye, but they would know like if they need a shoulder or if they need burn ointment that they can.
Or Murphy snacks.
Or Murphy snacks.
Oh my God, is Murphy Scooby?
Wow, yeah.
For legal reasons, I must specify that was a joke.
Yes.
Sure.
But that's all, yeah.
I think I would hey Kano, thanks for stepping in there. I wasn't sure if he'd try something there. So thanks.
He did. Overstep his bounds.
I mean, yeah. I mean, we kind of did the same thing too with this whole thing, but I just want to say that I appreciate you looking out for me.
Yeah, I mean, hey, sorry you got all scared like that. Can't believe it lashed out at you like that.
I mean, spice does things to people.
I was half expecting him to go find a bathroom or something, but he did that instead. So I didn't really think that part through.
Yeah. I'm just glad to have you around.
Me too.
I'm gonna take Murphy with some snacks, unless Murphy can just chill with Jay if he wants. It's okay. Murphy's had a very sad night because it took a long time to get to the snacks. And I'm gonna go to Adina and I'm going to pull out my journal and I'll go to a fresh page and I'll just kind of scoot up beside you. You all would know, I tend to be curled up in a little ball when I'm designing. And I'll just sit beside you and I'll start sketching, saying, we're gonna need new clothes because we're gonna need to find something a little more different. And I'll start sketching, and I don't know exactly what all Di would know about different styles, but I imagine if it allowed, she would have a style that kind of blends a variety of different traditional garb from different bending nations with a heavy emphasis on air.
Sure.
And
Absolutely.
after a moment, I will pause and kind of glance over back towards where we were coming from and just very quietly say, sometimes the right decision is the hardest one. So I think this color would be probably, and I'll, just a brief moment, but I'm mostly trying to distract you.
Do you want to roll a comfort and support?
Sure.
It's a harmony roll.
Oh, y'all. Oh, okay, that's not.
And we can retroactively, Lee and Kano, if either of you are trying to comfort or support, you can also roll.
Oh, sure.
Plus
Yeah.
harmony.
I rolled a 7.
7. Okay. So on a hit, they must decide if they open up to you. If they don't, mark a condition and take +1 forward against them. If they do, ask them any question.
Oh God, I wasn't prepared for a question.
So, well, I guess first, Adina, do you want to open up to them or no?
Yes. Yeah, Adina will just kind of look at her and say, yeah, I know. This was just a big decision.
So now, Dai, you can ask a question, and anyone who answers the question honestly, so Adina, may choose to clear 1 condition or 2 fatigue.
I'll sketch quietly for a few seconds and do another glance back, and this time I'm not going to look at you when I ask. Was it the right decision?
I think, given the alternative, it has to be.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And I'll go back to sketching.
All right. Adina, if you want to mark off a condition, or if you have any fatigue, you can mark that off, your choice.
I do not, but I'm feeling a little less guilty now.
There you go. Maybe it'll come back later.
Yeah.
But well, for now, it's gone.
I mean,
Sweet moment.
Sorry. I have that tendency. Oops.
The dad's just gonna
He was
show
like-
up at some point. It's fine.
Hey, Dad.
Lee or Kano, were either of you doing comfort or support?
I rolled for comfort / support, basically providing like gratitude and stuff, and having
yeah.
that be my form of support. And I rolled a 7.
Okay, so same thing. Kano, you can choose to open up or not.
If they don't mark a condition, okay.
So that's for the person supporting.
Gotcha. So he says, I never liked Uzan or a lot of our comrades, really, but to think they were capable of something like this whole time it's infuriating, really. I was on their side for the longest time. I just wanted a paycheck.
And so I would ask.
So you get to ask a question.
Yeah, I would
you
ask a
choose.
question in response to that. There's not like a list of questions. That is just
No, it's just
Okay.
up to
Yeah,
you.
anything.
okay. In response to that, I'll say, do you think you're going to be able to channel that anger to do good? Is that something that you even want to do?
Anger is a destructive thing, Lee. Especially in the hands of a firebender. Just look what they did to the air nomads. I don't want to be that. I don't know if I have the strength to not become that, though.
Well, the way I've been trained and raised, firebending has been used to do good stuff, like make food.
I'll start a pottery business and use my fire to keep the kiln going. How about that?
Yeah, that'll work.
Beats farming, at least.
It's not flashy, but it's honest.
Ain't much,
creative.
but it's honest work. Yeah. I can do creative.
Oh, All right. So you can choose to clear a condition or to fatigue. So much sentimental moments happening on the back of this mongoose lizard as you guys are like, I'm pretty sure it's like sort of got like a slinky type of like run, like an otter almost. As it's like bounding through the forest with you all on the back, just unfazed, having your little deep, meaningful conversations.
Then the medic just petting the duck.
Shao Sun's probably talking to you a little bit, Shay, and he looks at you and says, "You did really well back there with I saw everything. I saw them messing with Zoe, but I saw you get yourself and Adina in there, get that scroll. You couldn't have been in there for more than 30 seconds.
Thank you.
You've got some real talent.
I don't know about that. I think I panicked. I don't know. I don't really remember what happened. I remember feeling
a thrill,
and when I thought about what you told us and the idea of that being true, I couldn't not do something. And I guess in that case, it was just a matter of stealing something off of a desk, but I never felt that way before. It was weird.
You've got a good heart. I think that maybe we should train together sometime. I think you've got the stuff to become kind of like me.
I for as many times as I've patched you up, I don't know what you actually do here.
Exactly.
I just kind of find you in trees and in ditches that one time.
Well, you didn't have to bring that up, but that's the point. People shouldn't know what I do if I'm good at my job.
That's cryptic.
But now I'm a Daofei like you. So
Team Daofei.
Team Daofei. Anyways, if we get out of this alive, we should train together, work on your sneaking abilities. I can tell you the rush only gets more exhilarating.
Well, it beats putting band-aids on you, so.
All right. He just sort of like turns back to like the reins as he's found a new pupil potentially to help out in his
Shay, I think, has a moment of like realization that like, oh shit, this person's gonna be a teacher. Oh no.
Something about the Avatar RPG is that you can find teachers. I think they're calling them, I could be wrong, I think they're calling them like legacy characters or something like that are in the game that can, I could totally be wrong, this is just going off my memory.
Yeah,
but like Katara and Zuko and Ty Lee are going to be NPCs in the game, and depending on what era you're choosing, they can actually teach you like new moves or be focal points, characters of your campaign. Shao Sun in my mind is one of those people that if you go and train with them, like he could teach like a specialty move, stuff like that. That's sort of how learning new moves works in this game, is you've got to complete something or train with someone, and you can learn like these different specialties to really build out a unique character.
So cool. That's such a cool mechanic. It's like finding a specialized like NPC in an RPG and like learning like the ultimate move.
And there's like 20 of, because a bunch of the legacy characters were stretch goals, and you know they hit every stretch goal ever. So there's like 20 legacy characters now that are going to be included.
Gosh. I'm gonna have to work on my freaking Dante Bosco impression. I run this.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And since I've only done one shots of this, I haven't really had a chance to play around with that aspect, with that aspect of it. So, you know, it's a very, very interesting aspect. This game has so many sort of things like that. I've got to look up what these characters are called now, because it's driving me a little bit cuckoo.
I think it is Legacy. I think you're right.
It is Legacy?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, I really don't want to be saying the wrong thing. But yes, you all back into it. travel a little bit longer. And I think we are actually going to be coming up on the halfway point in just a minute. So just for a little bit of narration, you all travel through the forest. There is a full moon high in the sky. The forest is surprisingly quiet. It is late summer at this point. There's lots of stars out. You see fireflies flashing. Fireflies probably mixed with some sort of other insect because this is Avatar. But you see like these flashes, the still forest, there's no clouds in the sky. You travel for a while, and some of you might probably like doze off in shifts and rest. You will get a rest. So if anyone has any fatigue, I don't think anyone should have more than 2 fatigue. If you have more than 2 fatigue, then just, leave yourself with 1. But you can clear 2 fatigue and any remaining conditions that you might have, unless you choose to keep them. But we will pick back up with you all getting to Yoshao Village.
Okay, so we're gonna take a quick break, like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, something in there. So everybody, thanks so much for watching. Go ahead and stretch, go to the bathroom, get some water, hydrate, all that good stuff, and we will be back shortly. welcome back, everybody.
All right.
We are back for part 2 of the Dwindling Flame. I know what the title of the stream is. Our Avatar Legends Quickstart game, and I'm going to pass it back over to Shelby.
Hey everyone. So just a little recap if you're just hopping in. So we had our characters who were thinking about leaving the Fire Nation army when one of their good pals, Xiao Sun, told them that some serious moves were being made and that they needed to get out and warn the village of the Yoshao village that was nearby, that the Fire Nation was going to come and essentially burn it down. The characters were a little bit hesitant to enact on this information, but they were told that there was a scroll that explained that the air nomads had been eradicated in their commander Uzan's war tent. The characters had a very interesting distraction combined with a super hot pastry and an impromptu fitting for a new outfit as Che and Adina snuck into the war tent and managed to grab the scroll with Fire Lord Sozin's seal on it as proof. And the party then made their escape on the back of a mongoose lizard named Monsoon, being driven by their pal, I've said his name 3 times, but I just want to make sure I get it right, Xiao Sun. And they have been riding through the evening. They were able to get a sort of fitful rest, some rest coming to others easier than the rest. As they traveled through the forest underneath a full moon, they are arriving, they're on a hill overlooking Yoshao village. The sun is rising. It is early. Your mongoose lizard's up on the hill. It's very much like a Lion King view. You're looking out over everything. How are you feeling this morning?
Kano is well rested enough, but it's clear that yesterday's events is still kind of weighing heavy on his mind a bit.
I think Che would be up pretty early for no particular reason. I think she's used to getting up early, but she is probably just kind of letting everything sink in. Sometimes when things happen and you take action, you don't really process everything immediately when it happens. So I think that she's in that moment watching the sunrise, and just her brain is going through everything that happened, and that she's done, and just oh shit, everything is going to change now.
Yeah, I think Adina gets up early as well, which she's used to doing. And there's a moment of like, do I do my routine? Do I go through my morning? Whatever. And then she decides, yeah. And so she gets up early and does her morning drills like she normally would, just for like a little bit of normalcy.
I would say Di is up earlier than usual. And she is still doing her typical journaling, not actually effectively helping anything helping, but she is usually, when she is sketching, you can hear her like mumbling to herself. She is not this morning.
And Lee is going it has decided snacks needs to be available. People need to be eating. So dried vegetable chips and some dried sausage is going to be offered to everyone as they're going through this, and just kind of getting a read on not necessarily a read, but like kind of observing everyone in their own mental states and stuff. Trying to be lighter and like initiate kind of so where do we even start? Who do you think? Do we just go around knocking door to door? Is there some sort of Yoshao authorities? And I'll look over at Xiao Sun for that.
I mean, I think that the Earth Kingdom has some sort of authority figure. I don't know who's in charge here, though. You all might have to investigate that.
Okay.
I'm sure there's some kind of town minister or something.
We dressed as Fire Nation soldiers.
We probably shouldn't be.
Oh, would you need clothes? I do
Look-
see that there is some laundry drying at one of those houses over there.
That could
Maybe
work,
we
but
could
you
test.
had a.
Oh yeah, die.
Oh no, I don't. I do have some ideas. I just don't have material. I wasn't planning on stealing.
Could you maybe
Anything.
adapt what we have? Like you take our uniforms and you know,
Yeah, a lot of
restyle
work.
them somehow?
Of course I can. Of course I can. Come here.
Fire Nation red is pretty garish. I don't know.
Yeah, I'd have to. See. I'll start moving around Adina, like checking the inside, like if the fabric looks different on the inside, if it's a different shade.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think we can hide that we're Fire Nation, but we could at least not look like soldiers marching in.
It's
yeah,
probably a
just-
good idea.
Get rid of the pointy shoulders.
It's a good start. Good start.
Oh, by the way, I managed to grab these on our way out, and I will just hand over the bags of food that I took from my tent.
Oh, this is great.
Yeah. You
Okay,
can just,
hold
that,
on.
that you can just have that.
Okay, the vegetable chips are just for snacking. I'll come up with something in a bit.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
I'm literally just.
cook. Oh, go on.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say I'm following Adina still as she's walking around doing things.
Adina, you took these without filling out the proper paperwork.
Well, they were. I mean,
Ooh.
they were in my tent. You know, they were from my parents, so it was kind of like it's not rations. Yeah. I just
Hey.
kind of took it.
I'm just saying. Good thinking.
Thanks.
Good looking out.
Yeah.
Now, Shao-sun, where did you see that laundry?
Oh, you see that house right over there? I can see something flapping in the wind behind it.
Yeah.
Sure enough, you see a
Hopefully it fits
clothesline.
us. He's gonna start making his way down there.
We're gonna steal people's. Clothes? Aren't we trying to help?
Well, I'm gonna go steal people's clothes. It's up to you whether it
Hey.
becomes a we situation.
Jay, maybe you should go show us what you got.
Yeah.
Go Kano.
I mean, I'll pick something up for all of you. Jay, you coming?
Yeah, I guess I have to do something. I can't just sit here. Yeah, okay.
I think Shao-san just sort of like chuckles to himself. He's like putting you
this.
through a test.
Yeah, no, she knows. She's just like, can't do anything about this.
I had a question. At this point, would like Earth Kingdom folks be wary of Fire Nation army things, or has the war not even kicked off yet?
You are not sure.
Okay.
Your path so far has not really led you to much civilization, or you have just marched past what you have, the small bits that you have passed. You're sort of like just getting into the Earth Kingdom.
Okay.
I will say that you all have definitely probably passed like traveling merchants before, and Lee, you probably would have known that like sometimes the Fire Nation sees their goods for the camp.
Got it.
So they definitely have, while they have not like been outwardly like destruction, they're still showing their force.
Got it. Okay.
So basically, I think any other nation that had contact with that part of the Fire Nation would still kind of be looking at the Fire Nation like,
Yeah, I think it's like a waiting game. Like, what are
Right.
you doing?
what are you doing? Why are you settling right next
Why
to
are
my
you
town?
Are
here?
you stealing my
Got
laundry?
it.
Like
Okay.
if you play
Yes.
Civilization and you settle too close to somebody because you're getting ready to take them over.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Okay. Cool. That just informs my decision.
Yeah. Dai, do you want to do a rely on your skills and training to kind of soup up Adina's outfit?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
All right.
I don't remember what I rolled for that. I know what I roll, but I don't know what I.
What do you add?
what I add.
Do you have a
Uh,
positive or a negative in that?
In
That skill?
what?
Focus.
What you roll with.
It's focus.
Is it?
Focus. Do you have a negative?
Yeah, it's gonna be.
You can, if you
oh.
want to, you can live up to your principle, and you can mark a fatigue and roll with your +1 from your balance instead.
Let's do that instead, and I'll just be
So mark 1 fatigue.
fatigued. Okay. Okay.
You're really like just giving it your all on this.
Yeah, this is what I do. Look, I can't do other fancy things like cook food and steal. I can. Those are the things that we're doing this morning. So those are the things that I said. So +1 will be a 8 instead of a 6.
Perfect. You it's not perfect because you don't have
Or I don't have the tools that I need.
Yeah, but you're really proud of your work under these conditions. It's pretty good.
Ooh.
And Adina definitely still looks Fire Nation, but she doesn't look like a soldier. I think that you might even like sort of tousle Adina's hair.
I was just gonna say that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Adina like initially is just like okay.
It's okay. Just count to 10 and I'll be done. But like count really slow just in case.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
this is like real. How long has it been like this? Just stay there naturally.
I mean, I have to redo it, but it's out of the way.
While she's defending herself, I'll try to do her hair real
Nobody
quick.
can, grab it or anything.
What style do you go for?
It's probably similar to mine, where it's like, there's like a nice upkeep, but it's like deliberately.
Yeah.
Not
Like you pull out like the pieces
yeah,
here
pull little
and there.
pieces. Hers is probably a little looser than mine because I think it's
Okay.
good for her.
Yeah, loosen up.
Yeah.
All right.
And that way I can see what it looks like on her before I try it on myself. So.
I'm just picturing like that scene where Katara and Toph go get makeovers.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
exactly. Mhm.
And Kano and Shay. What you up to?
Oh, sneaking.
It's the early morning.
Sneaking.
Hopefully they're still asleep. What kind of is this, like a solo countryside?
So
home,
you
or-
guys are sort of they are on the edge of the village. So they are closest to the forest.
Mhm.
So you don't have to sneak like into town really.
Gotcha.
But there is like probably like a stone fence that's like low lying that you could, get over.
Gotcha. Stone fence, typical earthbending architecture. All right. So I'm gonna follow your lead since you're the sneaky one.
But I'm a
You're
medic.
really sneaky medic.
I'm a medic. I don't know what I'm doing here, to be honest. And
Shousen saw something in you.
that the more I think about that, the less confidence it gives me.
Ooh.
And I think that Che will, while she's saying that, is still going to assess the situation and try to figure out, like, do we vault over snatch really quick, or do we like come up with some elaborate ruse, knock on these people's doors, or how do we do this? Is there anyone walking around? Blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely. So go ahead and roll with creativity.
Okay, which I don't think is great on me. It is not. But that's fine.
Is it a negative?
It is not a negative.
Okay. Is it a 0?
It is a 0.
Wait, we shifted your balance to like a +1
Yes.
and something, right? So
Yeah,
you can't take
+1
fatigue.
action.
You can take fatigue and roll with that +1 if you want to. Up to you.
This is important. Yeah, let's do it. Why not?
Okay.
Might as well. I'll do that. So I already rolled anyway. So that's it's gonna be an 8 with the +1.
Perfect. All right. So let me just read this. On a 7 to 9, ask one of the following questions. Do you have the list in front of you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I do. And I think that the best one to ask at this point is probably, God, what should I be on the lookout for? Is there do they have patrolling guards here? Is there someone who is currently putting out more laundry? Is there someone who's currently taking in? I'm gonna go with that one.
So as you look around, it is still quiet. The sun is like rising because you all did get up really early. So the sun is just rising. You see the laundry looks to be dry, like it's dried overnight. And you don't see anybody out right now, but you do notice that there is a back window area, like shutters, not like window, but like a shutter that is open right now in the house that someone could potentially see you through. And those are the risks that you see at this point. You do gain a +1 ongoing when acting on these answers. So for instance, if you tried to sneak in and get the clothes or close the window or anything like that, or intimidate someone that comes out, plead with them, you get a +1 on those. You've got some options.
Yeah. Well, I don't see anybody around right now, but that window is open, which kind of makes me nervous.
So
I don't know if Earth, Nation, Kingdom people are early risers. Maybe we can just snatch everything and go and hope they fit. Hope that Di can work her magic.
Yeah. As long as we're quick, right? I mean,
Yeah, if we're in and out, I mean, yeah, let's just do it. And Shay's gonna vault over. She'll vault over the fence.
Oh yeah, I love that.
Are
Are you
right after?
Yep. Kano, what you doing?
He vaults that fence and makes for the closest garments he can grab.
All right. I want you all to either do a push your luck or rely on your skills and training.
What is push your luck?
So that you have passion or focus.
Passion it is.
I'm gonna take a I was like, well, it's gonna be push my luck this time. Seems suitable. So 7. That's another 8.
Same.
Okay,
Hey.
2 8s. So you
2 + 2.
all are able to vault over. You like very comically like grab all the clothes and like, you know, are throwing them over your shoulders. As you are heading back, like sneaking back to go over the vault, you do see an elderly person starting to come towards the window as if they've heard something. Who's there? And they don't see you, but you hear them as you just get over. Where's my clothes at? And
I feel so bad.
You feel guilty?
Yeah, she does. She does feel guilty.
You can mark guilty if you want to.
I will mark guilty.
Kano, who is hiding
What's
underneath
going
this wall next to
on?
Shay. He turns to Shay and says, "Flame you, hot man."
And you dash back up to the group. You've got the clothes. You've got the clothes with you, and it looks like you've got enough to, at least if you don't have enough to like make a full outfit for everybody, to like mix and match with what you're currently wearing to make it so that you all do not look like Fire Nation soldiers. With the help of Di, who is a fashion expert, you guys are able to look, you know, some of you might like look a little bit more Fire Nation than the others, like Adina, but you look, you know, like you're not coming to be a threat, which is the important part.
We took that poor old lady's clothes. She was just trying to do her laundry.
Well, how do you feel, Che?
I feel bad. Bad. Bad's how I feel. I feel bad.
I'm gonna try to comfort or support.
Ooh.
So I'll go ahead and do I say first or roll first? What I'm saying.
Just tell us what you're doing first, and then you can roll.
Okay. So as he's like, you know, checking his fit, Jay, look at it this way. What we're here for is gonna save all their lives. If we can get them out of the village before, you know, Commander Ugly comes along and burns their houses down, then it doesn't matter if she has clothes or not, because she's probably gonna be leaving them behind. It's very important we get this scroll, right? This scroll, whoever's in charge here. And we can't do that for walking around looking like soldiers.
Go ahead and roll.
Plus what?
Plus harmony.
Harmony. All right, so flat 0. So go ahead and that's a 6.
6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I help?
How are you helping?
Isn't there's a thing, right, where you can like add a +1
Yeah.
or something?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Since
You have
it's so
to
close.
when you take appropriate action to help a companion, you mark 1 fatigue and give them a +1 to their roll after the roll. You cannot help in a combat exchange this way.
Yeah, so I will add on to that. Just, it's for the good of the mission, right? I mean, if we want to succeed in this is the cost. I think she probably would be willing to lose a few clothes in exchange for keeping her life.
Very good and all that.
So Adina marks 1 fatigue. That adds a +1, bringing it to a success is a 7. So Kano, you can ask 1 question, and Che, you can choose whether or not you want to open up. So what question? You ask a question.
I ask first. All right. Oh, what do I ask? That was the thing. Do you think this is all she had for clothes? I mean, even if worst case scenario, she can't even leave. She's fine. Look, she had the clothes on her back. She had the clothes probably inside. This is just, for the time being. This is one batch.
We got naked grandma
I
coming.
know, I was going to say,
Grandma!
points of clarification, GM, was this old lady clothed?
You don't know.
I would know, I saw her.
You saw her.
Is
Okay.
this from
well,
here?
She had like
She's
a
very
robe on
small.
or something. Very short.
So she had a shirt on, maybe. You don't know if she got pants or not.
I love that.
Acting as
That
uncle.
feels like such a Kano question to ask.
It is.
Yeah.
I was
All
not
her
expecting
clothes.
that at all. I think that Che, like Seth, is a little bit disarmed in hearing that. It is like, I guess, I suppose not. I agree that the mission is obviously bigger than one person's laundry, but I don't like having negative effects on people's day-to-day life. I feel like we're still thinking like soldiers.
To be fair, I was kind of thinking more like a Delphi, which is worse, maybe. I don't think a Delphi would, do that to a bunch of
We'll give them back after.
Sure.
We're done.
After the
Yeah,
fact.
we're borrowing. Just borrowing.
Okay.
So
Find another change of clothes. More.
And I think I'll
Legally
probably clear guilty
required.
from that exchange.
Yep, there you go. So with that, you all are able to, Di is able to help you put together an ensemble. You're all fed by Lee. I don't know if you wanted to add anything in there, but you're all fed by Lee, and the sun is all taking a little bit of time. You're sort of waiting for everyone to wake up, but you're able to make your way down. Shao Sun says that he will wait here with Monsoon. Probably don't want to scare everyone with a mongoose lizard here. So
As we start walking, Adina will kind of just like walk up near Lee and just real like matter-of-factly, very platonically, will just kind of grab his hand for a second and like give it a squeeze and then drop his hand and keep walking.
Return like I'll do the exact same thing and like do kind of like a pat on the back and like we grew up together, we've been through the army together, and now we're Dao Fei together. So
Things are great. This is great. Everything's fine.
So you guys head into town, and people are getting up. It looks like there's early risers here. You do notice you pass by the house where you took the clothes, and you see Grandma on the front porch, rocking chair, fully clothed, has a cup of tea.
oh great, cool.
Grandma
That
doesn't.
sentence was gonna end another way.
Yep. Grandma does not appear to have the best vision. Doesn't recognize her clothes have been repurposed as you pass by, and that
Shay
you're
is still
currently
gonna
wearing
like.
them. Yeah, you're like, ooh, it wasn't me. Just cover up everything.
Yeah, exactly.
And with their finger guns.
Why
Two kinds
was
of people.
that?
We just walked by this old woman wearing her clothes.
What is she? It's
I made
it's,
them look fabulous. It's fine.
Of course
True.
you did. You did her a
It's-
service, really. She's got inspiration now.
Yeah.
This is like a fashion show for her.
Honestly, this is how you could have been wearing your clothes.
Right.
Oh, that's right.
we're just
Accessorize.
what not to wear is what's happening.
I will
Oh my
definitely
God.
do. If I pick up, because I don't know if because the rest of us don't know that's this old lady's clothing, but if we start to see the signs, specifically maybe from Shay, I will definitely do a little twirl and make eye contact and then continue walking.
You try and make eye contact. She's like not looking at
That's
you.
fine.
Yeah.
I in my heart I made eye contact.
She's like
and
very old.
She knows. Oh,
Um,
sweet ma'am.
might want to make sure she gets out later.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we'll come back.
I actually wanted to like as we're passing by, just wave good morning and like ask how's your morning going, if it's still morning.
Yeah, it's still morning.
Okay.
Well, someone stole all my clothes, but other
Oh.
than that, it's pretty good.
Oh, should we tell someone? Is there like a town security person that we should let know?
Oh my god, you're so smart. I didn't think about that.
Shithead.
I want you to roll a plead.
Please.
Plead, yeah. Because
Okay.
we're gonna roll everything tonight. I think that
Yeah.
this is the only one we haven't rolled.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Harmony.
That's
All right,
harmony.
Cool, that's easy enough. 5 and 2, 7.
7. Do you have any bonuses?
Nope.
Okay. So let me just reread this. Well, you see, I could help you, but could you do something for me first?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Could you give me my pants back?
All right, hold on.
Shay would. Shay absolutely would. Do not.
I need the one tab I closed. One second.
Oh,
One
no.
second.
It do.
I was
be
like, I won't need this again.
While this conversation is happening, I'm just posing behind, like striking different poses.
like during the conversations, like when he's asking a question, you're like,
Yes, exactly. I want her to see the full glory of her clothing.
Well,
All right, let's see it. 50 poses a minute. Let's go.
you see, my pet Toodles he got out and I can't find him. Could you help me find Toodles?
Sure. Yeah. What kind of pet is Toodles?
Toodles is a very cute fire ferret.
Okay, fire. Oh, I thought it was gonna be like.
Does anybody know what a fire ferret looks like?
I don't know.
A
if
ferret
that
on
was
fire?
great.
I
mean,
will
it
send
looks
you.
looks like Mako and.
They
Bulma.
look
Really afraid.
they look a little bit like a red panda and an otter. They're
That's so
extremely
cute. Oh my god.
I
She's
put it in
having
the
the
Discord.
worst day. Like her pet got out, someone stole all
God,
of her
what?
clothes.
Yeah, she's. Oh no, it's so cute. Oh god.
Uh-huh. I knew you wouldn't be able to resist that.
Oh
my
dang
God.
it.
I'm not gonna lie. For a minute, I thought you
Oh,
were
it's
gonna
Pabu.
imply that Murphy was not our pet.
No. I
was
will
like, oh
not
God,
take
y'all.
your pets
We-
away from you.
We've done
twist.
this poor lady far too many injustices.
Oh my god.
But if you're in chat, look up fire ferret avatar. They are extremely cute. Red
It's-
panda,
It's-
otter body.
it's
It's
Bolin's
literally
pet,
the
if you've seen
cutest
it
That's
thing
before.
I've ever
Pabu
heard.
from
Yeah.
Korra.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I can't find my Toodles, and he needs to take his medicine. He's got joint pain. He's a
Oh,
bit
no.
old. He's a very cute fire ferret, except he's getting tufts of gray on him as he's gotten quite old.
Oh no. Okay. Sure. We'll be on the lookout and bring back Toodles.
Wonderful. Now then, you should be able to talk to our town speaker. Her name is Araya.
Araya. Okay.
Yes. Araya. Araya. She should be out and about. The town speaker's home is near the center of town. Now you come back with my toodles, you hear?
Yes, ma'am.
What kind people? Goes back to
Forget it.
her tea.
Okay.
Faye
Okay.
immediately starts digging around in the pack for like fire ferret snack possibilities as they walk.
Absolutely.
Eventually she'll stop.
Good.
I think at this point it's just as much for her as our friend.
Okay. A little bit later down, a ways down the road. Okay, so we know who to talk to, and did not realize we'd be looking for a fire ferret.
See one, you know who to give it to.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyone have any good ideas?
Well, should we
Or
talk to the leader of the town first and then try to find Toodles? I feel like that's a bit more urgent.
During this conversation, Shay is in the background next to an alley going, and then going to the next alley. Toodles, come here.
I'm gonna look back at Shay. Maybe we'll join up with you here in a.
yeah, I don't think we'll be able to pry her from her
Yeah.
Toodles
Divide and
hunt.
conquer.
Yeah. It's a,
Or divide and
it's a path
divide
to
and
redemption.
inform. No conquering, just
Oh
informing.
my gosh.
Divide
don't-
and inform and also find
Yes.
fire ferret.
Oh my.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Doesn't
get
really fall
Murph.
well.
I'm gonna get Murphy out because Murphy doesn't have to be hidden anymore. Murphy, it's time to be free. No, not free. Like you're still like we're friends, right? Okay. I'll
Fly away
do
home, Murphy.
you want to be
Fly
carried
away
or do you
home.
want to like follow me? What do you want to do? Okay, I'll put Murphy on the ground
Farewell, Murphy.
until Murphy doesn't want to walk around
Safe
anymore.
travels.
I think Murphy just sort of like hops around like in a circle, looks at everything, and will just start following you, shaking its butt.
Oh my god!
As you say, does it also strike poses?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, we were destined to be together.
Finally out of the bag. Yeah, Murphy's strutting beside you.
Oh my god. What a pair. And I'll try to help Shay. I'm not making kissy sounds, but I will keep an eye out.
Okay.
Ow.
Then you're not helping.
Oh. Yes. Mm. Am I doing it right? This is very
No,
strange.
actually, stop. Just look. I guess.
Toodles.
if
I
you
can
see
say
a-
the name. That part I
No,
can
you
do.
know, it's cool. If you see a fire ferret, I guess let me know. We'll just use your site, and then I
will make sure I have like I'll make sure to have something prepared for if and when we find to if this little creature is not cooperative or doesn't want to walk, I'll give like a little like
You
a
got an
little
empty
bag.
bag.
Like an empty bag, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
a cat trap.
comfortable, right, Murphy? Right?
All
Yeah.
right. So we've got Di and Che on Toodles Patrol. And we've got the rest of our group heading to try and go get an audience with Araya, the town speaker of Yoshao Village. You all are able to sort of like get directions. More people are coming out of their houses. Merchants are setting up near the town square. It looks like this is like where they have their little like farmers market area selling their wares, things like that. You're able to get directions easy enough, and you find yourselves outside of this fairly nice house in comparison to everything out there. It doesn't look too out of place, but it definitely looks like it's, kept up well. And you see a sign that's like that says Speakers Hall on it.
Ooh, okay.
With that, I hand it over to you.
Well, that seems like where we want to go.
Yeah. The name was the name was Araya, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I'll like feel my bag and make sure I still have the scroll case with the scroll.
Okay. Lee is going to look over at Adina and just go, I feel like it would sound most official coming from you, if that's okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just
You have a way with words.
selling out the Fire Nation, no big deal. Average day.
Don't look at it like that. Think of it more as protecting all these people.
Right. Yes, that's why we're here. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And I guess we'll start walking towards the entrance to the hall.
Yeah, what you thought was like someone's like residential area at first, you find is actually like this longer building. It looks like a house, very welcoming from the front, but you find it is like a public sort of building. So you get up there, you just like you go to sort of knock, but then you're like, no, and you give like the door just like a light push, and it opens up, and you see that there are a couple of folks inside. There is sort of like this town hall vibe where there's like these benches and there is like a podium up top, and you see a woman, you see the back of a woman who has long dark like chocolatey brown hair, who appears to be like bent over a desk working, as well as a man who is sort of pacing back and forth, speaking to her as she appears to be writing. The man looks very official, kind of reminds you, Adina, of like how polished you made yourself look in the camps, except he's obviously wearing like Earth Kingdom garb and things like that. You see the woman like writing furiously, and she looks up, a piece of hair falls in her face, and she just sort of brushes it aside. Oh, hello. Can I help you?
I certainly hope so. Are you Araya?
Oh, I am. And she pushes up from the desk, sort of, you see her clothes are a little bit wrinkled. She sort of like straightens them out, puts her hair behind her back and walks up to you. You see the man is sort of, doesn't look pleased to be interrupted, and is just sort of like hands crossed, foot tapping, sort of like waiting for this business to be done so he can get back to whatever he was talking about. Araya approaches you. You see a middle-aged woman who has like fine wrinkles starting to come by the crow's, like the crow's feet by the eyes, some fine wrinkles forming along her laugh lines. But she has a pretty kind face, and she has like these dark chocolate eyes that sort of match her hair and some tanned skin.
We don't mean to intrude, but we do come on a matter of great urgency and grave importance. Would a private audience be possible at this time? And I kind of cut my eyes over at the guy tapping his foot.
Oh, sure, give me just a moment. She walks over to him. Ren, we'll have to talk about the state of your cabbages later. But Araya, this is a very important... Ren, I will personally come by later to speak with you. We'll have tea. All right, then. And he sort of collects himself and gives you guys like the stank eye as he like sort of walks out and closes the door.
There you go, Rockman.
I'll give like the big smile and wave like,
He does not look super pleased. But he also sort of looks like you guys, some of you are able to sort of see, it looks like this like pompous exterior is just sort of like an exterior.
Cool.
He looks at you also like a little bit like questioningly, like, what are you doing here? Who are you? But he leaves. And with that, you are left pretty much alone. Araya sort of like shoos out some people that look like they might be, kind of like assistants, interns. Oh, just give us a minute to speak, and then we'll be back. And they all sort of like, file out. You're left alone. She sits down and like sort of like pats the benches across from her. Come sit. I've not seen you all before. Mind telling me who you are?
Yes, there really isn't an easy way to say this. We are formerly members of the Fire Nation Army, and we are here to warn you of an imminent attack on your town.
Oh. This is... Please excuse me, but do you have any proof that you are who you say you are?
Yes, we do. And I will pull out the scroll case and hand it over.
She sort of takes it, like looking at you, not suspiciously, like in a bad way, but sort of quizzically, as if she's trying to read your emotions more so than, what you're telling her is whether it's truth or not. She delicately will open up the scroll and sees the broken seal of Fire Lord Sozin, and you sort of hear like a sharp intake of breath as she with shaking hands kind of unfurls it and starts to scan the words that you all have read for yourselves, and the horrors that are written within. She starts shaking a little bit, and these soft sounds start coming from her as she is having a physical reaction to this news, and her hand flies to her mouth to cover her as she gasps, looks up at you all. Hi. The air nomads are truly gone. But what of the Avatar?
We don't know. We have just found out this news yesterday.
They should be but a child. Not strong enough to fend off the Fire Nation's force.
I think that's what Sozin was counting on.
She rolls up the scroll. I thank you for this information. Yes, we must evacuate Yaoshao village at once. Oh no. How close was your camp?
We rode all night on a mongoose lizard to bring this to you.
You didn't ride all night, but you rode for a couple of miles just to clarify, but then you slept. So you would know that you were about that you're probably 15-ish, 20 miles away.
Cool.
And you're able to relay that information. She rolls the scroll back up and is gonna hand it to you, Adina. You must continue to warn people. While we have very few benders here in our own village, we are not equipped to handle an assault. We have very few fighters.
That's why evacuation is most likely your best option. The forces that they have, you need to gather your people and go. Now.
Yeah, yes. And she just sort of pushes up, runs to her desk, just gathers her papers, has a bag, stuffs it in. You must go to the next villages tell the Earth King with this. You have proof. We need a force.
Do you have a map of the Earth Kingdom, perhaps? None of us have really...
Yeah, yes. And she heads over to her desk and pulls out like this long, it's like a long scroll case that you could like sling over your back. This will help you. Keep it safe. Well then, if there isn't anything else, I should go and start the evacuations.
No, that's all, I think. And I'll look to Lee and Kano.
There's a fire ferret running around here somewhere. Name's Toodles. Belongs to one of your residents. Just, I guess, keep an eye out for that.
He got out again. I hope that he does not meet the fate of what is coming here.
Oh no.
We'll keep an eye out.
Oh, Fire Nation spares a fire ferret. Yeah.
She sort of like gathers her stuff and leaves, and you start to hear like chatter outside as you all are inside for a moment, just sort of letting it sink in. And the chatter grows louder. You hear like some people scream, some people like are sort of like crying. And as you head out, you see people are grabbing what they can and starting to run out, leaving behind belongings, their livelihoods, as they try to evacuate. As this is almost like as if you're getting ready for, a natural disaster to come and hit. You're getting out. You pass by Che and Dai. As you guys are out looking for Toodles, you start to see this more so up close as you're on the streets. You see the word like traveling down, and you guys help, spread the word a little bit too, looking as unassuming villagers. You see a strong young man who's helping the grandma that you stole the clothes from, helping her move with her belongings. But Toodles, where are you? We're going on vacation. They sort of hobble by as he's like helping her along pretty quickly. No Toodles in sight, but the town is beginning the evacuation.
I think Che would stop them and just kind of take the older lady's like hands in hers and kind of get close so she can see her a little bit more clearly. Say, ma'am, you don't know me, but I promise I will get Toodles to you.
Oh, thank you.
I promise. I will find a way.
If you cannot find us, then just promise me you'll take good care of him.
I will get him to you.
All right.
And she will continue her laying out of treats and whatnots and kind of just expanding.
They're getting a little bit
double-checking
trampled
alleys
with all the commotion.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's not the best conditions for fire ferret searching.
Yeah.
Probably about an hour or so passes as everyone is getting out. You all make your way. Is there anything else you want to do in the village?
Could I real quick run after Araya and just ask where will you go if we... Which village are you going to head to?
Yeah, totally. Someone give me a village name. Where are they going?
York City.
Oh my god.
Tonda Village.
Tonda Village.
Perfect.
There's another settlement that's only about 5 miles from here, Tonda Village. We'll be heading there and probably spreading the news and leapfrogging our way. Hopefully we can get to Omashu. Or somewhere large enough that might be able to help us.
Good. Don't stay in one place for too long.
And so we're heading towards Ba Sing Se, where the Earth King resides.
So there's technically like multiple Earth Kings in the Earth Kingdom.
That's right, yeah.
There's Earth King of Omashu and Earth King of the Ba Sing Se. I've done a lot of Ba Sing Se, so I'm just gonna say we're near Omashu. I don't know if that's actually near the eastern side of the Earth Kingdom or not, but we're gonna go with it.
Cool.
So, anything else for Araya before she evacuates?
All right.
All right. So you all
That's
are able
fine, Jane,
to,
bye.
huh?
Nothing.
Okay. You guys are able to, meet up with the rest of your party sort of near the entrance of the village where you all originally came down. You have not been able to find Toodles. But you think that you see Xiao Sun up in the tree sort of like waving at you guys to come over.
Okay.
Okay.
Heading up.
Yep.
Sure.
You all get there. Xiao Sun is out of breath. Bent over. We've got a group coming. They took the other mongoose lizard and are on their way here. Tell me you got everyone out.
My commotion ain't for nothing.
Just about.
Good.
They started evacuating almost as soon as we told them, so that's good.
We might need to buy some more time. It doesn't look like anyone's out yet, or everyone's out yet. But I think we might have a confrontation. Is everybody ready for that?
How big of a group?
Oh yeah.
I saw about 6, but Uzan's with them.
Probably forward scouting.
Hmm?
Could be forward scouting, just if it's that small.
It could be. It looks like they brought their elite with them. I was running along the treetops, spotted them, and came back so I could warn you as fast as I could.
Maybe we set up.
I would assume that the whole troops are marching on, although they will
be close behind.
Mm-hmm.
a little bit further behind. I don't think you should have to worry about them, but if we can either outrun this group, we could get on Monsoon. Monsoon's rested, we can outrun them.
What?
But if they get to the town before everyone's out.
This is true. It will put you all in danger.
How many people do you know were still straggling in the city or in the town? Were there many?
Let's
How
say
much time do we need to buy?
let's say that like a fifth of them, or sorry, like a sixth of them are still
It's a
needing
pretty
to get out.
substantial number.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
Still
I
a
mean,
good
it is a
number.
small town.
Oh, that's true.
So we'll say maybe like 30 people.
Okay.
Okay.
I have no idea if that's how populations work. I'm sure it's not.
Maybe we lay some kind of trap or obstacle, slow them down.
That's what I was thinking.
I don't know that we could take them in a fight, but we could make it harder for them.
So we came up through this way, so we know maybe approximately the path that they would be taking. So
I think Xiao San will kind of say that it looks like they're following Monsoon's path, because Monsoon's a big animal and there's like, broken brush and things like that.
Sure.
So
I mean, we have the head start. I think if we want to be the most effective, we start warning people in the other direction that the evacuees are going, kind of stay ahead of them and warn villages from there, and hopefully they will run into some opposition. I don't know.
But if we leave now, they're going to catch up with the tail end of this evacuation.
If they're following us, they'll follow us away from the evacuees.
That's true.
this is true. Uzan does not like thieves.
What if they're following Monsoon's tracks? What
Can
if
we
someone
alter
just
the tracks?
leads Monsoon off, run them in circles, and come back once,
I like
That's a
that.
good idea.
yeah.
It could buy us a little time before they catch on.
Right.
If it comes down to it, we may need to mount a small defense here after we get everyone out. 6, but
Okay.
we could set up. I like the idea of traps. We can
Traps might be enough time to get out. If needed, we could potentially ride up to the last evacuees. I assume it's maybe the elderly. Monsoon has some more space. We could perhaps it's the elderly and those that are with them that are slowing them down. Perhaps we could take a couple of them so that everybody else could get out.
Yeah, I wanted
lead them towards the
to-
front of the evacuees group.
I just worry that Monsoon is kind of their target, and bringing more people on board will put them closer to danger than we'd want.
So we're still off in the foresty area-ish,
Yes.
right? Okay, so while we're trying to decide what we're doing, now that we've kind of mixed our clothes, can I get some of the some of the red flashy? I'm gonna go a little bit back a ways, and I'm gonna just start throwing it over branches in hopes that it'll it's not a final thing. It's not but it's just to get even just a few extra, like a pause for whatever we decide to do.
That's good. Yeah.
Do you want to do a? I think this should be a push your luck.
Is that
or?
That sounds very luck pushy.
Yeah, I think
it
it's push
sound very luck pushy.
I was thinking trick, but it's not really I don't know. It's a whole group. So let's
it's a whole group. Okay. So that is passion.
And remember, someone can also help if needed after the roll.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
Oh, wait,
My
what'd you get?
passion. Oh my God, I got an 11.
Oh, all right. So you're throwing this clothes, and it's almost like you were like a ribbon dancer in your past life or something, because they are falling beautifully. You have one set that falls almost like on this like broken off tree trunk where it just falls and it looks like there's a person there. And then like you go and like slap a little helmet on, and you're like, well, that works. It's like a little training dummy. You have been able to scatter these where you think that if someone moving at a fast pace on a mongoose lizard might spot it and be distracted for a little bit before they realize what's happening.
Perfect.
Great distraction.
And I will return. What's the plan? That is not going to buy us a whole lot of time.
Oh.
I hope that you all didn't want those back.
Yeah, do like my pants, but whatever.
Sorry.
I'll get new pants.
I'll make you new pants. They'll be better anyway. So.
All right, though.
I personally don't want to fight.
I don't think we can. I mean, Uzan and...
I think you're all understating yourselves here. It's just Uzan and a bunch of, soldiers.
Oh yeah, just.
Have you seen Uzan fight?
Have you seen his hairline?
Have you seen me fight?
Hey, maybe we'll be down for an Agni guy. That would buy us some time, right?
That would buy us a lot of time.
That would buy us so much time. That might kill one of us, but in the meantime, it would buy us time.
That is gonna send you to the grave, my buddy.
Yeah.
Listen, I think we should maybe throw another one of those distractions down, get out of here, lead them in a circle or something, train up. Uzan's like, if this were a campaign, Uzan would be like the big bad evil guy, right?
Oh.
I would say so. Yeah.
Wait.
Just throwing out an analogy here.
I'm having a thought. Kano. What Kano said. Is it Kano or Kano? Sorry.
Kano.
Kano. Okay.
Like volcano.
So, I mean, our honor's pretty much shot, right? We are deserters, where there's the honor's not really a thing.
We're not deserters, we're Dalfei.
Right. What if we challenge Uzan to an Agnikai, run out the time to set it up, and then just bail?
I like that.
I mean, what's the worst that could happen? We're already traitors. We already suck.
He would be bound by tradition to follow tradition. He doesn't know that we're not going to do that anymore.
Right.
There is the issue that these are elite firebenders, and fire has a lot of range. And I hear tale that Uzan can bend lightning.
That's just rumors.
Well, but I mean,
So is him breathing fire.
they're going to be chasing us anyway.
That was from spices.
So just make
Yes,
them
but
pause.
as of right now, we have a very good lead on them. We don't want to be in mid or even long ranged really with them. I think that we need to train up and take them on later. Right now, we should focus on the evacuations.
Yeah. I agree with that. That's my vote.
Are we
Okay.
voting?
Okay, so then how
Evacuation.
else can we slow them down?
Yeah, what do we got? What do we got?
Well, I'm not great at making traps, but I still think I think that's our best way of buying more time for the evacuees, and just making sure that everybody got out.
Yeah.
We don't have another choice.
Is the road lined with trees?
Yeah, you guys are in like a foresty area.
Okay. What if we, weaken the stump, like the bottom trunks of a few trees, so that when they come through, we can block the pathway?
That could work. We could
That's
burn them
something.
from one side,
Right.
put it out.
Set some roadblocks.
Well, let's get to it. We don't have much time. Che, out of the corner of your eye, you see something red dash by.
Toodles? Toodles? Chase squats down and like gets a food of some kind, a veggie chip maybe, and just like holds it out at arm's length and stays extremely still.
Doesn't seem like that one.
You see a graying fire ferret start to
Oh no.
stalk its way towards you. Extremely cute.
The cutest fire ferret, got it.
Very cute. Looks very
Yeah.
wise with
That's
like the
adorable.
graying sort of like face fur.
Hi, Toodles.
It takes the treat and then just sits up on its hind legs, like long belly exposed, and just starts nibbling.
Hi, Toodles.
You never stood a chance.
Hello. And she'll kind of like get another one out and just kind of like, instead of arm's length, just lay a little bit closer and kind of just continue until she could pick him up. She doesn't want to try and like wrap him. She's gonna try and get his trust so that she could just kind of gently pick him up and just have him stay with her.
We'll say Che is doing this while everyone else is setting some
Yeah,
sort
exactly.
of trap.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Yes.
She is not stopping the action.
Yeah.
For Toodles.
And you all are able to you've got 5 people that can firebend. And Xiao's son has like some other like weapons and stuff, like some swords and things like that. And he's sort of like, you notice that he's like sort of like burning the wood, and then he's taking the sword and like hacking like the little triangle out of it to weaken them. And he's doing that. He's moving quite effectively, or he's having you all like maybe like pre-burn the spot, and then he'll go through. He hands an extra sword to Kano, and so you've got one on each side going and like just making this line of trees that's kind of like narrow where your paths came through, and weakening them so that hopefully they will fall. So let's do I don't really think group checks. I don't know. I don't really know if that's a thing, but I want everyone to do a rely on your skills and training,
Oh no.
or
Oh, no.
a push your luck.
Okay.
We'll just see what everybody gets.
Yeah.
Is Che participating in this, or is she still?
If you would
tootling?
like to, you can.
I would like to on the tail end, maybe.
Yeah.
With the Toodles on round my neck.
Okay. Lee got a what, 10?
Yeah, 10.
10. Kano?
I got a 14.
14.
Wow.
8. Die.
That's a 6.
Okay. You guys had 4 successes, 1 failure. So you
Okay.
feel very confident Actually, you know what? Shao-san would help you out, so you would get a 7.
Okay.
So
There's
you
like
get
one
6
tree that's
I'm getting
a little bit
I'm
sturdier.
like getting
Yeah.
a little distracted because I'm like every so often I check to like see if I need to adjust my initial creation. So I'm a little distracted.
It's 2d6. That's the die. It's powered by the Apocalypse system for chat. But yes, so you all feel really confident with the mixture of the clothes and the tree falling trap, and you're getting all packed up. I think that this is the most we can do right now. We need to head on to, what was it, $10 village? Something like that.
Are we meeting up with them in Tonda? I thought.
For Tonda.
It's the next village down the road, yeah.
Yeah, that was just what you mentioned. Oh, sorry, you guys can go. I forgot you were gonna try and lead them around. My bad. But Shao-san is just like, are we ready to go then? It looks like the last of them have gotten out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right.
It's the best we
He
can do.
saddles up on Monsoon. All right, girl. I hope you got a good rest because we're not going to have one for a while. And just sort of like gives her, a little quick double kick to get it going. You've got Toodles with you. Yes.
I like to think that she's just feeding him, like, so he'll stay put, but he's just definitely just around her shoulders.
Absolutely. Murphy is like in Dai's lap. Just doesn't know what's going on because he's a turtle duck, but enjoying it.
Doesn't care. He's fabulous.
Doesn't care. Belly scratches,
all of them.
And you all ride off into the day. You make your paths through the forest. You get quite a ways away. You do hear a thud in the distance. You don't know what it was because you're kind of far away, but you think hopefully maybe that was your tree falling trap. And we will end the scene on our new group of Dao Fei riding, trying to chase away the oncoming Fire Nation from destroying these villages and heading off to evacuate more and spread the word of the Fire Nation's attack on the Earth Kingdom and what they did to the air nomads. Is there any closing things that your characters are feeling? Any closing conversations you want to have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely with Adina, given everything, but I figure after having warned a couple other settlements or villages, Leah's going to check in with Adina, and go, this is not what I expected when we left home.
No.
Have you reached out to your parents?
No. I don't know if they'd want to hear from me, but if they did, I don't want them to have any information that could put them in danger. So I think it's probably best not to for now.
Is it okay if I just let them know that we're okay?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And and at some point, Lee will send a bird or something.
Yeah, totally.
To Adina's family, and just something like Adina's okay, or something along those lines. Something that they would recognize.
Yeah, very like short and like to the point.
Yeah,
I like it. Everybody else, how does like the next couple of days of this sort of like pattern of like warning people, how does that affect your characters? Any conversations you have?
I think Adina gets more confident as they move through the villages. Just that, like, this feels right. Like, we're doing the right thing. This was the right decision.
I can see you shifting yourself towards progress more.
Yeah.
And maybe lean more towards trust.
Yeah, definitely. He'd also like along the villages, whatever he can or whenever he can, pick up like extra food things, dried
Yeah.
goods that he can maybe a tactical combat pan. Maybe Lee fights with a pan now.
Oh my gosh. Rapunzel-y.
Yeah, exactly.
Amazing. What about Kano? How are you affected? I know that you weren't happy about not being able to fight. Well, Kano wasn't.
I know, yeah, Kano. I know Kano at first, he would probably be very vocal about like, we've warned enough people. We need to stop running away. We can actually do some real good here, and we kind of turn them back, and also knock a few of Uzan's teeth out. But but the more people we warn, and the more villages we have evacuated, and the closer we get to Omashu, I think he starts to change his tune. It kind of comes to terms with, we're just 5 people, 5 kind of rookies in the military compared to these elite. I think if we're gonna help, we need to keep doing what we're doing. I'm starting to come around to his friends' line of thinking.
Do you feel yourself shifting towards the care balance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always been a bit of a hothead, and I think these 4 would start to notice that he hasn't really gotten angry in the past week that we've been on the road.
Yeah, a week's good.
I think that
Alright.
Shay would probably have a conversation or two with Kano about that, and just bring up that, you're the one who told me that we can't do that. It's better to me missing maybe a couple pieces of clothing than everything. In this case, we can't do any good if we're dead.
Yeah. I'll just chalk it up to arrogance and bitterness, really.
We gave up a
Yeah.
lot.
No. Besides, who knows? I keep training up, get a little more experience. Maybe I'll get my Agni Kai one day.
I will be in the front row.
I'll settle for Zoe at least.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Di, how are you feeling?
So, the initial first foray into all of this sees a lot of like almost frenetic familiar behaviors, and then she'll like settle into what is like normal. Like she'll start documenting different styles that she sees as they go. She'll start constructing her own. She obviously can't, there's only so much you can carry with you, but she has a lot of designs. She's started constructing 1 or 2. And I think at one point she will also send something to her parents. And it will be some of her some designs that she had that were not perhaps in keeping with the designs that her family already produced.
Mm-hmm.
She won't sign anything. She won't write any notes. But she will include a handwritten note on a parchment, a very crude, like essentially coupon. And it's just a coupon for a store that does not have a name yet.
Oh, love that.
And good for one
Styling outfit.
Yes, one fitting. And she will use the ribbon that she keeps in her hair to tie it. And that is, but she won't sign it.
That's so cute.
Just in case.
So sweet.
So
do Di or Che, do you feel your balance shifting one way or another? For Che, we have forgiveness and action, and for Di, we have role and freedom.
definitely towards freedom.
Che, I think so firstly, I think that she would be taking up Saoshan on the whatever
Training.
training lessons you want to call it. I like to think that her, as a medic, her firebending always looked a little bit like waterbending, since it is a medical application. It's technically healing in certain ways, cauterizing, sterilizations, that kind of thing. I like to think that she keeps that, but that her bending, as she is training more, does also begin to adapt like those more powerful qualities that water has. When you think of, I don't know, just like jet streams as opposed to like a soft ripple, that kind of thing. So I think that that is a big change for her, and it happens kind of slowly. I think that her number one thing is still like getting the people out and helping the people on the ground, first and foremost. But in the larger scale of things, I think that she is I think that she's actually pretty centered between the two things, because at the end of the day for her, she is taking action, but at the same time, she knows that if she were to come across individual firebenders and individual people in the army, she would have great difficulty like assigning blame to that one person for for the king's and for the nation's actions. So I think that it's actually long term is probably fighting with staying centered more than anything.
So Che is our most balanced party member towards the end of this.
At the very least, I think that she mentally wants to try and stay balanced.
Absolutely.
She may fail, but
Che, you are actually the only one that's let in on a little bit of a secret. Through your training with Shao Sun, you find out he's not actually a firebender. You've never seen him bend fire before.
What?
Oh,
he let you in on the secret that he is an earthbender.
Yo!
Who snuck into the camp unnoticed a month or so back to figure out what the hell was going on with these firebenders marching into the Earth Kingdom.
That conversation, I'm sure, would be hysterical. I'm sure she'd be like, that explains so much about you as a person.
He mentions to you too that he might want to revisit the name of the freedom fighters for your group.
Che will probably decline, but would say that she would bring it up with the rest of the group.
I'll work on it. Perhaps if we ever part ways, that's what I'll name my crew.
Okay. Yeah. I got that explains so much about you, but now I have more questions about, you kept falling out of trees. Aren't you supposed to be able to like do stuff with them to like, I don't know how earthbending works, but
that's plants. No, I deal
so you
with
don't like have a thing with plants too. They're earth, right?
That's
Freebender?
more of like the waterbender area of expertise.
It's so confusing. I don't understand.
Think inorganic material here.
Rocks.
Waterbender, slightly organic. Rocks, yes.
Okay, okay, I get it now.
I couldn't blow my cover, I'm thinking about telling everyone soon, but
they won't hear it from me.
All right, maybe I'll ask Lee to put on a nice meal one night when we're relatively safe, and I'll break the news.
Drop that bomb on them.
Yeah.
I know something they don't know.
Yeah. And I think you all do eventually in like the next week or so after being on the road for a little bit. Shao Sun does open up to you on that trust, and you guys find out, huh? Oh, you're gonna kill. You all find out that you have a earthbender friend on your team.
Yo. Oops, almost all firebenders.
Oops, there's an earthbender here. Who invited him?
Man.
Oops, one earthbender.
Fuck, man.
Oops.
And I think with that, we will come to a close on our one shot. Doesn't it always feel like it's just the start of a campaign?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Hey,
god.
always.
First season.
Always.
Lordy.
But I hope you all had fun. I love this system.
Me too.
This
Thank
was
you
so much
so
fun.
much for running, Shelby. This was
Thank
amazing.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so
No
much.
problem. I just love the system and I want everyone to be able to enjoy it. And I'm so excited for the full game to come out and to look at some of their adventures that
Mhm.
they've put together. I've just finished the first Kiyoshi novel and I'm about to start The Shadows. It was The Rise of Kiyoshi and then The Shadows of Kiyoshi.
It's good, right?
It is so good. It is like actually like, I would say geared towards adults, young adults, older kids. Like it is a very good novel and it sort of lets you into the Dao Fei
Yeah.
part of everything. I really recommend it. It's so good. I hope everyone enjoyed it.
Yeah.
So I guess Caitlin, if you want to
Yeah,
take it
sure.
away.
So just to wrap things up a little bit, if you are interested in checking out Avatar Legends yourself, the link to the Kickstarter is in chat. That'll take you to their full Kickstarter, which still has 5 days in it. If you want to back it, you can also download the Quickstart from there, which is what we used today. So definitely check them out if you want. And we're going to do a quick go around, just letting you know who we are, where you can find us on the internet. The other thing I wanted to add, players specifically, if you can also just say which playbook you were using, so that when folks check out the Quickstart, they've got a little bit of a reference on, the different character types. So who wants to start?
I'll start. Hi, I'm Mindy. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Miss Mindykins. I usually stream Sundays and Thursdays. That's really it. I got some cool stuff in the works, so follow me on Twitter. I played the Icon back. That was the playbook I was working in. My wonderful table was very generous. I played it a little flexibly. Is that a word? I don't know. But I was in the Icon playbook for this one shot.
Cool. And then just popcorn it over to somebody.
Seth.
Ooh, popcorn. Hi, I'm Seth. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at KillXJill. I am looking forward to being streaming actually reliably finally after this new job comes through. So that's going to be awesome. Look forward to games and art streams as I see fit because I don't believe in schedules. I had the pleasure of playing Kang Shaden, who was the Idealist playbook. This system is so cool, you guys. The balance mechanic in and of itself is just chef's kiss. Fantastic.
We didn't even touch half of it.
We
Yeah.
didn't.
There's so much more to
There's
it.
so much more. There's a lot of long-term implications of what happens.
That's what I was gonna say.
When you
Yeah.
get into it, it's so good. I'm so happy that I got a chance to play it. So thank you so much for having me and for hosting it and everything. So now, Alec, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Alec.
Woo!
Yeah, thank you guys. Yeah, I'm officially 23, which
Oh,
according
baby.
to that one Blink-182 song that Shelby told me about, no one likes you when you're 23. So I'm, sucks, but it's only for a year. So.
We like you.
That's
It's
true.
okay.
That's true.
God, I am so old.
Me too, Caitlin. It's okay.
But yeah, I'm Alec. I played the Hammer playbook, which is why he was so adamant about, kicking butt. But yeah, if you want to find me, I'm EpiHahaWee on Twitch and Twitter. Both are pretty barren. I don't have much of a social media presence, but I mostly moderate for Shelby's stream, so you can probably find me there in chat.
This is
but-
Alec's first TTRPG stream
What?
Yeah.
ever.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
way.
That's why I was like, I really want to get my friend Alec and I have been playing
Dip my toes in a little bit.
5e together for almost 2 years.
It was very fun.
Can I say you are
Very fun.
excellent?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
a natural.
You are
Oh, thank
very.
you guys. Yeah, I really enjoyed playing TTRPG, so I figured, it's just same thing, but with a few more eyes on me. So
With an
Yeah.
audience.
Yeah.
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 Totally the
Um,
same thing. It's not.
I
You did
was
great.
very nervous. I was.
You did great.
You did great.
But yeah, I guess I'll popcorn over to Lee. Or Kappa.
Hello.
Kappa.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, for a second I was like, ooh, who's that? Ooh. Anyway, hello. I'm Kappa. I was playing Lee today. There are a million Lees. This is just one of them. And Lee was of the Guardian archetype of Guardian playbook, and which is interesting because you can pick one of the other player characters as your sort of ward, the person that you are taking care of, the one that you were Guardian for. And if it wasn't obvious, that person was Adina. So yeah, if you liked what you saw today, you can find me on a bunch of other places, but the best place to get information on all of that is Twitter. You can find me on Twitter at @the_Kappa_Chris. And yeah, so I'll just put all my schedule shit in there. I've also started streaming a lot more regularly. Thursdays you can find on my channel, twitch.tv/KappaChris, where it's Halo night. Other than that, I don't really have much of a schedule. Right now we're playing right now my partner Amy and our friend Jeremy are playing through Halo Combat Evolved, the first one. They have never played the game before, and it's a lot of fun because Ouija in chat and I sit back and provide color commentary. We definitely don't backseat game, but it's a fun time. Other than that, I'm in a bunch of other things. Check Twitter.
That's the deep, yeah. That's the
Yeah. Who hasn't gone yet? I'll throw it over to our lovely GM. Or no, GM. Oh no, should we do the playbook first? Because
Go to Shelby. I'm taking channel underprivileged to go last.
okay, yeah, our lovely GM Shelby.
Hi everyone, I am Shelby Hall, known on the internet at Shelby is a Nerd, mainly on Twitter and Twitch, also at Shelby is a Nerd, but I do have an Instagram at Shelby is a Nerd TTV and a TikTok that collects dust at Shelby is a Nerd. I am a TTRPG GM, player, and streamer, currently streaming in a Pathfinder 2E game over with Level 1 Geek on intermittent Tuesdays, where I play my Necromancer Light Oracle, Evelyn Vesper, who loves to animate skeletons and then blow them up. I also am a variety gamer on Twitch, currently playing a lot of Dead by Daylight. I like co-op survival games with a mix of cozy games in there, and just talking. I had my mom on stream yesterday. We're gonna have a mom and daughter stream soon, so if you're interested in that, come drop a follow and hang out with us.
Cool. All right. I will take it then. I am Caitlin. This is my channel. This is, oh, that is an outdated chat command. Ignore the games in that. Those are wrong. But the links are correct. This is my channel. Normally what we do here when we're not playing TTRPGs is vintage gaming, which on this channel means any game that is at least 10 years old or older. I am not responsible for making you feel old. If I have to, so do you. Right now, we actually just finished up Kingdom Hearts 2 and Super Mario RPG, which is what's in the command that's wrong. Right now, on Wednesday nights, we're currently playing Buffy the Vampire Slayer Chaos Bleeds for the next week or two, and then we're starting Final Fantasy VII. And on Sundays, starting tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, we're starting Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, which I have never played all the way through, or played more than like a third of. So that'll be interesting, but that is what is happening here. I'm also on a D&D 5th edition show that is every other Sunday. We do have an episode tomorrow morning over on my friend Gona's channel. That's called Shifting Echoes, and I play Kestrel, who is a spooky bard that doesn't realize she's spooky. It's a good time. We've only had one session so far, so it's still a great time to jump in if you're looking for a new actual play show to check out. But yeah, that's pretty much, that's what I do. That's the channel. Follow me on Twitter for the most up-to-date updates. And I was playing the successor playbook today with Adina. If that was not clear. Yeah, and I think that's just about it. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you to everybody that was watching. Thank you for all of you for playing, and thank you, Shelby, especially for running the game. Super appreciate it. In the kind of spirit of our little animal friends, we're gonna send a raid over to Marine Mammal Rescue.
Ooh.
So everybody enjoy the otter cam.
Otters are my favorite animal.
And yeah, see
Yes.
y'all next time. I will be back on this channel tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific. Have a good rest of your day.